It's another episode of Real Life Movie Talk. It is your boy, Chris. It's a little James Bond for you.
Ben. Blockbuster Ben.
Jack.
Special guest back with us, brother Adam.
Happy to be here.
Yeah.
They're not in a cult or anything. That's just his brother.
Yeah. They're
not Amish. That's his brother Ishmael.
Came here over some buggy.
Yeah. It's out back.
So let's just jump right into this real quick because thank you.
Yeah. So the treat this week, we got to do it quick because it's melting already. We tried.
Yeah.
It is mochi ice cream. Fun fact: I used to live in Hawaii. It was very popular back there, and it's a Asian dessert. We talked about it on the podcast. Our first experience wasn't great. John and I got it in Vegas. It was only what flavor?
Well, no, there was 3 flavors, but we tried melon first, and it was my first time ever trying it. He's like, "You gotta try this." He raved about it. We both put not the same piece, not like Lady and the Tramp style, but as we both put pieces like this, we crossed our arms and ate them. He bit into it. He's like, "Oh, it's gross," but it was too late, so I had already eaten it, and it was gross. But we had after melon, we had a strawberry and a kiwi, and they were fucking good.
Okay.
Freaking good.
So I'm just popping all the way in.
Oh, you
don't
Just
bite
send
it,
it.
eat the whole thing?
Just send it. Not cold for my teeth.
I can see why you would do it that way.
That one's good.
I just wanted to take a bite. This is delicious.
Yeah, good.
Pop it in there, big guy.
Yeah, and then
That was good.
when it's
cold.
still frozen,
Cold.
you can bite it. But this is kind of melted a little bit. So
That was good.
pop and go.
I did
There
it
is
good.
chocolate.
Have a
Chocolate melted a little
I have a
more.
chocolate one here.
You guys want to try and get them out of there?
That's a power play right there.
So, but yeah, vanilla was always my jam.
This is
That
so
was
good,
good.
man.
That was damn
This is
tasty.
too melted. So there's more.
I got a.
I'll do one more of these.
Yeah, do more.
They feel weird. It's wild.
It's a weird consistency.
Very weird. Very
And like
weird.
that first
Yeah.
bite is
Broaden your horizons.
Yeah. Once you, it's like kind of like sushi.
Okay. Listen,
Once you get past,
we're all struggling to talk because our teeth are so cold.
So,
once you get past the consistency of it, the flavor, very good.
Yeah, it's great ice cream.
delicious.
mochi ice cream. Try it. They got caramel. I like vanilla, my favorite. I don't know how chocolate is. I've never even had one.
Chocolatey.
Dude, I'm a vanilla milkshake guy. Like when I get a milkshake, I want a vanilla. You know, except when Chick-fil-A had their banana pudding milkshake.
Oh my god.
Do you remember that?
Hell yes, I do.
They did it one time.
God damn, that shit
It was.
good.
It had. You know how the cookies and cream has the Oreo crumbles? It had Nilla wafer
Yeah,
crumbles
it was
in
so
it.
good.
It was Chick-fil-A?
Chick-fil-A.
Really?
They've done it once and have never brought it back. They keep bringing back that peach bullshit
Which
that nobody
nobody wants.
fucking wants.
It is. Who the fuck wants that? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
But
excuse
who
me.
wants that?
Yeah.
You know what it is? It's Chick-fil-A heard dudes were putting bananas in their mouth, and they were like, nope, we're ending that.
No, it's
Look.
banana flavored ice cream.
Look, I'm saying Chick-fil-A. I'm a signature status member. Bring back the banana.
Tweet them.
Look on his app right now.
Like you'll see how many lifetime points I'm above the red. I'm in the blue status.
He's
So bring
verified.
that back.
He's got the emblem.
I got a blue check
He
mark.
said,
Like,
hey, you
bring
know
it
what, Ben,
back.
I got this. Chick-fil-A?
Yeah. They definitely watch these videos.
I mean, they have to.
Everything
Like,
we say-
the owners are very engaged in their respective communities. So I feel like, yeah.
Everything we advocate for seems to happen weirdly.
That is true.
It is
does.
true. But we brought 3D Doritos back.
We did.
From Mexico.
We had that band movie about Biggie Smalls put back in American mainstream.
Unreal when you think about
Yes,
it.
that is crazy.
There's like 2. There's like 4 or 5. So when this banana milkshake comes back,
Yeah.
It's because the Adjustment Bureau is watching us all. We're gonna get this. Send it.
Before they get curious.
Yeah, exactly.
What are we drinking down there, boys?
Jack and Coke, as per usual.
As per usual.
Are you really drinking
I was going to. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's some right there. Help yourself.
He's had it on all the episodes he's been on.
Look, yeah.
No.
No, but
Last time he was here, he did not drink.
No,
The
but
ones that
when
we
I was
drank, the
drinking,
ones that
I
we
was
drank,
drinking
yeah.
Tennessee honey. I was going to try and get the stuff to do a Vesper martini, but I didn't know I was coming on the show until about 2 hours ago, so I didn't.
I got
take
True.
the time.
You knew when we
No,
left
but I
the
mean, like,
theater.
I didn't know that,
Yeah.
like, you know, so. But, you know, hang on.
I have Hysteria Brewing, 1996 West Coast IPA.
Which has been featured on the show before.
No, it hasn't.
Yes.
Not in our basement.
Not in this basement, correct.
It's from Columbia, Maryland, so shout out local brews.
Yep.
And I just...
Dang, there's more to say.
Don't make me dream like they did Biggie back in '96.
The Biggie or
Pac? Is this a Pac thing? Is this why it's called West Coast IPA? I want to know what this is about.
The year Pac died. Maybe the year the kid that started this company was born. Who knows?
That's
Could be
right.
anything.
That could be it. Go.
He went to gangster rap with it. All those bright colors. He went. This is about Pac's
And
life.
IPAs. Gangster rap? Never.
This is a classic Miller Lite, shaken, not stirred.
Got it.
Trip hops fruit.
Trip House Brew.
Yep.
Award winner.
Award winning. And I'm drinking wine tonight. I just was in the mood for a nice cab.
Yeah, he has a dress on as well.
When he came in, I thought he wanted a hug. I was like,
Sure, all that. I'm
Give me
actually
that
I'm not a dress, but a shirt from my mother-in-law. Oddly enough, if you guys, this came from my wife's mother. Yes.
Miss Angie, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That shirt makes so much sense to that
It's
glass
easy.
of wine.
Yeah.
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 God bless you.
I like
Miss
it.
Angie, I
I
respect
thought it
that.
was so funny.
Yeah,
That is funny.
I got this from a brewing company in.
The thirst is real.
It's in.
Outer space?
Nope, it's in Florida. Just outside of Miami. This little town outside of Miami we went to. There's a whole shitload of breweries there.
That's like the Star. It was written like Star Wars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if I sent you guys a picture, but there's this town was bought by some like millionaire who's big into street art, and
Banksy?
you would think it was him because the town is huge. It's like 8 blocks, 8 square blocks, and everywhere is all kinds of crazy street art. Inside of this, on one side, it's all like the Marvel characters. On the other side, it's like a bar scene with all the Star Wars characters.
That's
and
awesome.
every year, the guy comes and repaints the whole entire inside of this place.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Wow.
It's a really, really dope.
Sounds like the town sponsored by Disney. Was it Walt Disney that bought that town?
He's frozen still. I don't know if he bought it.
His people.
His estate.
Right.
Yeah. But anyway, it's the Plunger Head Cabernet. So I never had this before, but I bought it because I thought the label was cool.
Hey.
I get it.
How
I
I
do
buy
that.
how I buy most of my
You
wines.
ever say that?
Yeah.
Judge a
That
bottle
lady
by
has
its
long
label.
hair.
Yeah, well, I mean, now I have. Well, when I first started drinking wine, that's how I did it. Now I have some that I absolutely love, and you know, it doesn't matter what the label looks. But if I'm trying something
You
new,
were telling me about that red last time when we did the one in your basement.
not
Yeah.
this one.
No, you had a red wine.
Yeah.
There that you swore by.
Yeah, and the label is very basic.
Would have been good with the cannolis, but we didn't have glasses or something. Why did we open that?
I don't know why we didn't open that. Doesn't matter.
Because
We're here now.
Because they didn't want to fucking
in my
share it.
man's
Plunger
defense,
head.
there ain't a single experience on this planet not improved by the addition of wine.
Okay.
Now, whether or not you should is a separate question, but
I mean, look, you wear the shirt, you drink the wine. I get it.
Hey, I bought that.
Yeah.
That was a gift for Courtney one year.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a birthday or Christmas, whatever it was, but
Yeah.
Was that a birthday year?
89, me and her.
No, that's the year Pac died. It's a beef thing.
I just picked a random year and hoped for the best. I was like, please be born in '89. This is the only one.
Somebody's been born in
This is the
89.
only one left to be stopped.
Somebody's been born in
I could have
89.
been real insulted.
Yeah.
I got she's 1946 mug. Happy birthday.
It says vintage. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
Carry on, Ben.
So we can just real quick. I mean, have you guys before we jump into the review? Have you guys been watching anything outside of Bond?
Yes.
Game.
Squid Game. Me too.
Finished
I have
Blacklist.
I have 2 episodes of Squid Game left.
I'll finish Squid Game.
Yeah.
Finished Ted Lasso.
I finished it this week.
I didn't finish it.
God damn it, Chris! I was.
Come on, Grant!
16-hour days.
Yeah.
There's still
I'll
8
leave
more hours.
I leave at 6:30. Get home at 9.
Okay. All right.
So,
And that's why we're recording on a Friday too. We've all had crazy weeks. It's been like nuts. So yeah, we're recording it. Today's Friday. This is the first time I think we've done this.
Yeah, I'll watch them both tonight though.
Cool. So yeah, I would highly recommend Squid Game. I'm not even done with it yet.
Yeah.
And watch it with the subtitles. Don't be a jabroni. You know what I mean?
You do not watch it. Dubbed.
That's what I'm saying.
Period.
Yeah.
It will ruin it for you.
I'll watch it with the subtitles and dubbed.
yeah, I bounced back and forth. Like I started it dubbed, went to Korean, back to dub, back to like I bounced back and forth. I don't think one was better. I'm usually a big fan of watching in the original language and read the subtitles. This one,
I didn't feel like I
don't
watched
know.
like half of an episode in dubbed, and I don't feel like I get the excitement that they're showing in their faces out of the dubbed voice.
you don't,
Yeah.
but you know.
Okay.
It makes it funny for me though.
It
Even
does.
when the whole crowd's getting mowed down, I'm laughing a little bit because they're like, "Oh, no, shoot,
Ow!
It's worth finishing.
We had to stop the other night.
I like the ending.
Courtney has schoolwork and
Well-
stuff, and yeah. So I can't wait to finish probably this week, and then I'll talk about it next week. Okay, we good. We can. Did you have something else that you've been watching? Those are the ones, right? I feel like that's all we've been watching.
James Bond.
And Bond, yeah. Okay,
I watched Candyman.
the new one.
Yeah.
And
Love the ending.
really,
Yes.
Was it good?
I liked it.
Wow.
It finally did something that I crave for in most movies, so I liked it.
Cool.
Full nudity.
Yep. Just bottomless.
It's important to the story.
Light going in, which is a big thing for me.
Celine has been asking to watch scary movies. She kind of last year she started a little bit, and then this year she kind of wants to watch some too. Do you guys think The Ring is a good one?
You trying to scare her?
She wants to be scared. Like
Yeah.
she wants to.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you think The Ring is a good one?
I haven't watched The Exorcist.
I look.
She
No.
The original Exorcist.
No shot.
All except for
For kids?
No, with the cross.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a reason that movie was
Yes,
my pick
yes,
in the movie
yes.
awards.
I think
She's
Scary as hell.
11. We're not showing her The Exorcist.
I think
I'm
kids
saying
these
that-
days would
that
find
to
The
me
Ring more
was
scary
scary
than The
movie.
Exorcist.
I would have been mad if you won that.
I agree.
I mean,
So, I think kids these days will find The Ring more scary than The Exorcist.
The Exorcist is a different kind of terror.
Yeah.
It's not like the slasher,
Yeah.
gory, even though there is a little bit of it's more of the psychological part of, oh my
I
god,
agree.
can demons really possess people? And what happened? Like,
What is with
And that
to
place,
me,
and that
like-
place is a place that you
yeah,
can go to.
I refuse. I will not go to those
But
steps.
The Ring is a possession movie as well, right?
Not possession. It's like ghosts. I think it's a ghost.
Yeah.
Right?
This is a being.
I don't remember.
it's like-
Spirits,
yeah.
or maybe
Yeah,
some
it's-
kind of.
This
Yeah.
is like
it's-
the
yeah.
devil.
Dude, I probably haven't seen it in forever.
Is that where you watch the video and you die in 7 days?
Yeah.
And she comes through the television.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so it's more of a being. It's not like something
curse.
that's possessed. Yeah.
So I was thinking about that one. I thought about the Skeleton Key because that one's also incredible. I looked up
How about
like
an Amityville?
My watch just asked me if I've seen Squid Games.
Yeah.
I just googled like the best PG-13 horror movies.
Is Amityville horror
I
PG-13?
can't remember the
I can't
original.
remember the
I don't think the original is,
the
but
one
the
with-
Ashton one might be. He was in the remake, right?
No, that's I thought it was what's his name who plays Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds.
You're probably
He
right.
is in one of
Yeah,
those.
that I don't know about the cussing there, but that's a scary ass movie.
You know what else came up?
Again,
Woman
because
in
that's a
Black?
thing that's real.
That's a scary.
I know it is.
Mine
Woman in Black is scary.
Yeah,
so
That's the scariest movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna do The Ring though, because The Ring is so classic.
Right.
Like that came out when we were in middle school, and she's in middle school. So
like The Grudge too, right?
The Grudge,
Yeah.
the
The
remake
Grudge,
of that
yeah.
too. Yeah.
I also hear the remake in Scream apparently.
No, it's a continuation.
Yeah.
Oh!
They're all
I thought.
coming back,
I
Bringing
thought.
Nev
It was,
Campbell back.
I thought it was a reboot of it.
I think they're doing a series as well.
I Know What You Did Last
Okay.
Summer series.
Oh,
is on right
okay.
now.
Yeah.
I just
yeah.
saw that the other day.
There's so much.
No shot of one.
See,
I know what you
Scream-
did last summer.
Hey.
You stayed home.
The original Scream might be one too. Like I remember being in what was it, 4th or 5th
That's
grade.
rated R though.
Ghostface was like the you know.
Yeah, that's
Had to
rated
be
R.
on duty. Speaking of
Yeah.
nerd stuff, now we just right over Call of Duty, but
And yeah, I don't know. So I just wanted to get your take on which. I think I'm gonna do The Ring.
we were so close
I
to getting
watched
into the
Scream
movie that we just
in
got
elementary
so
school.
sidebarred.
I know I watched it when I was young too,
That was when we were in South Dakota.
but it's rated R and I can't remember why. Like
You watch it.
Which what?
Scream.
What
the
about
first Scream.
Candyman?
Nah, I didn't like.
I don't
it.
remember that
It wasn't good.
I think that rated R during that time period would probably be closer to PG-13
Yeah.
now.
I think
and I don't
it's-
even think. Are you worried about
I don't-
cuss words or like?
I don't
scenes
remember
with
any
cuss words?
nudity in that movie.
Neither do
I
I.
think it's just the violence, the
Yeah,
blood.
there's
I think it's the
definitely
blood.
And I don't think that
Because it's a
I think you can
slasher,
watch
but-
that same violence on,
Yeah,
on
fair.
FX.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
Yeah. Watch it.
Watch
Just
it.
watch
Yeah,
it.
just screen it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
Scream it.
You scream it. Yeah,
You
good.
should have her watch I'm Thinking of Ending Things and tell her these are horror movies.
It's horrible.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. Well, let's jump into this review, fellas.
Already.
Time to die.
No Time to Die. Just came out. Obvi. 2021. Rated PG-13. 2 hours and 43 minutes. Love that. Okay?
Loved it too.
Love that for us.
It flew,
Um,
it flew by.
The wine, the
Yeah,
shirt,
yeah.
the love that for us. It's
Yeah.
gonna be a thing tonight.
Yeah.
Bless it.
Directed by Kari Joji Fukunaga. F-U-K-F-U.
Say that 5 times.
F-U-K-U-N-A-G-A. Fukunaga. How else would you say that?
Fukunaga sounds real bad.
Yeah, that's pretty.
It
close,
does, right?
Pretty close to racist.
Yeah, that sounds
Listen,
real
If you
bad.
get drunk and say it the wrong way.
You
My
can't.
favorite director, Fukunaga.
You have to say it super slow.
This will be the first and last time I say that. Okay, just so
It's
you know.
probably Frank.
Refer to him as the director.
Pronounce Frank.
Frank.
He directed the first season of True Detective.
The whole
Great
thing.
season.
Yeah.
Best season.
That was a good show.
The best one.
Yep. Written by Neil Purvis, Robert Wade, two of the guys that have written all the other Craig ones. The director he wrote as well, and they brought in Phoebe Waller-Bridge to write on it, who is most famous for that show Fleabag on Amazon. She created that show and stars in it. It's supposed to be great. I've never seen it, but I've heard really good things about it. Yeah, and so the plot of the movie, simplest way I can describe it, that Bond is pulled out of retirement to assist by Felix Leiter. Felix Leiter contacts him and pulls him out of retirement and says, "I need your help tracking down this new deadly technology and this villain," and blah, blah, blah. And there's plenty more that we're going to get into, but that's the simplest way I can describe it.
Okay.
Bond goes after a villain.
Yeah. Me, my brother, John, and my wife, we went and saw it together this past Sunday. Chris also saw it Sunday as soon as he got back from the beach. So we've only all had one viewing each.
I'm pissed about
and
that.
it's been almost a week. I wanted to go a second
too.
time.
Same thing I told Jen. I was like, I think you'd like this movie. It's long, but I think she'd like it.
Yeah. So forgive me, and I don't know about them. I can't speak for them, but forgive me if I don't remember everything that I'd like to say. Because I could. I mean, it's just.
There's a lot.
There's so much
There's a
going
lot.
on.
So I said, like, your show, like, you should do, like, a deep dive into the whole franchise, not just the movie. I mean, you don't have time to do it, but like, do the whole freaking franchise again.
Well, we will put that on the docket.
Put it in the queue.
Big cast for this movie. Obviously, Daniel Craig, Léa Seydoux, Bond and Madeline. The Ralph Fiennes is back as M. Ben Whishaw, Naomi Harris, Q and Moneypenny, Roy Kinnear back as Tanner. Jeffrey Wright reprised the role as Felix Leiter, so I like that. Same guy came back. Christoph Waltz is in it, back as Blofeld. And there's some new characters that we got. Paloma, one of the Bond girls, Ana de Armas. First time I saw her was in Knock Knock with Keanu Reeves. You guys see that movie? Very bizarre movie.
The two girls?
Yeah.
She was
one of them.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
You need to see that naked in the shower.
You do? Yep. Rami Malek plays. Dude, the way they spell this guy's name, I'm just gonna call him.
Is it Fukunaga?
No. This is even harder. Look at this. It's Luttsiffer. So would you say
Lobster.
It's supposed to,
Sure.
It's similar to, like, Lucifer, but, like, Lucifer,
okay.
kind of. I don't know.
his last name is
The devil?
Safin.
Safin. So I'm just gonna call him Safin.
Lucifer Saffron.
So Rami Malek, obviously, I think most well known for Mr. Robot, the TV show. You guys know that show?
I think he's better known for
Queen.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Queen.
Yeah.
Okay, Freddie Mercury.
Good call.
Okay.
Good call.
Cool. Nomi, the new.
In the Staten Island movie. King of Staten Island, any in that also?
Oh, I don't
Was it
know.
right? No.
No, who's that guy?
Pete Davidson.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Lashana Lynch plays Nomi, one of the new 00s in the movie. She was Captain Marvel's best friend from Captain Marvel.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
She's also assistant to.
She's not in that.
What?
I looked it up. She's not.
What?
She's not in that. She's not in Billions. That's what John was about to say. She's not in that. Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah. But that's every. Oh,
That
there's
goes
a,
the whole movie.
There's a new.
What's her name again? Now I'm gonna lower that score.
Lashana Lynch.
Just knocked your score down a couple points.
Yeah, and then there's another character, Logan Ash. They
Yeah.
introduced another CIA agent. So there's so many moving parts in this movie. It's pretty wild. Overall, I really, really enjoyed it. And when it was over, I couldn't even talk for a few minutes. I had to really process the movie. But I've had time to think, and I did love it. So, what about you gentlemen?
I mean, I will say when I walked out of there, first thing I said, I was like, I need a minute.
Yeah.
There was definitely a lot to process in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Most of what I say, I'd say for the spoiler section.
Okay.
Of it, but
Yeah.
John?
I enjoyed it.
She's not in that show.
Told you.
Yeah.
Shit.
it was a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
I will say for anybody who is a fan of the franchise generally, they give so many Easter eggs to not just the Daniel Craig era, but going back to the entire beginning of it, both in the title sequence and then throughout the entire movie. I think I want to go back and rewatch it, but I think they give an Easter egg from every single film, including the Daniel Craig's, leading up to this. I was able to pick out a bunch of them in
You're
the
talking
movie.
about your one specifically with the
So like the first one, so in the title sequence alone, they give shout outs to all the old movies. Like the song starts and you have the dots flashing on the screen like in Dr. No, and they have gears and a clock turning like in on Her Majesty's
I
Secret
did catch
Service.
some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the opening to the snow scene, the fight in the bunker was off of the game. It looked like the bunker was based off of 007, the game.
Might have been. I
It's
don't.
very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought it might be. So, all right, we'll get into all that stuff though. So, what did you think of the movie?
Loved it.
All right.
Yeah.
I keep it as simple as because
I thought it was
so
okay.
hard to talk about it without talking about it.
Yeah.
We're about to talk.
All right, you know what I mean. If we're gonna get into it, let's get into it.
No,
I thought it was a great movie. I got exactly what I wanted out of it. The length of it, the action, the excitement, the sadness. It was a complete movie for me.
For being 2 hours and 45 minutes, it flew by.
I could have watched it again while I was in there.
It didn't feel like it at all.
I wish I would have had a margarita like Ben did.
Yeah, Marguerite was great at Warehouse Cinema. Shout out to you guys.
Shout out. That place is huge.
Yeah, dude, great action sequences, a lot of good one-liners, you know, like that were mentioned, like or that were said throughout the movie. Great length, like they said, because that gives you plenty of time. Even, I mean, all like for the story to develop, you have all the time in the world. You know what I mean? It was great. I mean, you really didn't. They didn't leave.
That's a great line you just said.
Yeah, that was actually coincidental. I did not do that on purpose. And I mean, they really just. I felt like they didn't leave anything.
And no stone unturned.
That's
right.
yep. Yeah, it was a complete movie.
Right.
I think, like you said. Yep.
That's true. I do think they closed every outstanding question. Like I don't think they left anything. You know,
You agree with
any unended parts.
I always expect you to be the antagonist, and no matter what we say. That's
Well,
what I'm saying.
I don't
I can
have
say this
the-
phone is black, and you'd be like, nope, blue.
I don't have
That's what I told these
the.
guys on the way home.
I don't have the love for James Bond that you guys do.
Okay.
So I can't walk out of that like I did a Avengers movie.
I can get
Okay.
that. I feel that.
Especially since I just watched all of them in a week and a half.
Yeah.
Like this was a 15-year run, so if I started there and I was just obsessed, maybe, but I just didn't get that.
Obsessed is
For
a
me,
strong
Should have
word.
started in
I don't mean to be
1962.
bad. I'm obsessed with the Marvel stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hear you, but for me, this one means more than the Marvel universe because I mean, this goes back to I started watching when I was 25 or when I was 5 years old. So
Was
Wow,
it
you would put
62,
this
right?
over MCU?
yeah, like I just
Wow.
my love for this franchise, I have to admit, is more than my love
So
for
did my father. He's the
than
same one.
MCU.
I think Ben's probably close.
I would say Marvel, the MCU had more of an emotional impact on
See
me.
what your IQ gets you?
Nothing.
No, listen, to be fair, man.
Gets you headaches.
What, dude? One of this franchise is in my top 5, and one of that franchise is in my top 5. You know, so they're just. But for whatever reason, I think I give the edge to the MCU. I think I maybe my emotional. I was a little older. I don't know. Maybe because I was watching a lot of it with Celine. We experienced a lot of it together. I don't know.
Some of
I
it may
think-
have to do with the fact that it's the same characters in the 15 years versus a group of different characters. And
That's a
it's
great-
told stories over 60 years.
That's
you know
a
what I
great
mean?
point. Yeah,
You
that's-
fell in love
You
with
guys
the
did
same.
have the books though,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
don't read, but if I ever learn to read, I might.
If I ever learned.
We're gonna work on words later.
I've only read the first 3
Oh,
books. I haven't read all of them.
Yeah.
But that would also
Very
help,
different.
you know what I mean? Like, what if you?
It does.
What if you were
It does.
younger and you were alive when the first books came out, and you were just boom,
Yeah.
and then the movies, and then the continuation. You're probably dead now, but imagine that.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty.
Shout
cool.
out dead people.
Shout out to
What did Bob just say?
But yeah, I mean, overall, listen, we're about to jump into some major spoilers. So if you haven't seen No Time to Die yet, maybe skip. I'll put a notice up. Obviously, spoilers here. I'm gonna do something.
Spoiler fingers.
But yeah, it's
I'll do a car spoiler.
a what?
Car spoiler.
Car?
Oh, I like that.
Okay.
Like
From the back of a coat. Yeah.
You get
Race car?
You get a spoiler.
Right.
Okay. Wait, just making sure.
Good reaction,
Yeah.
though. I like
Way
the
to
reaction.
act like you knew what I was talking about, man. Okay.
I don't get the. So you want me to put a? Never mind.
It was just a
July.
joke.
God,
John
Christ.
gave you the quiet.
One glass of wine.
It's not even gone yet.
He gave you the quiet class face.
I'm gonna head out.
Okay.
All right.
And that's when the episode went off the rails.
Spoilers.
Yes. No, that's a. I was flashing.
Okay.
Spoilers. It'll be like the word will jump out at you like that. Yeah. See. Okay. So
It's Friday.
Yeah, it is
Spoilers.
Friday. Spoilers ahead. We're just going right into this. So, likes. Let's start with likes. What?
When we started, we just go around the horn.
We can do whatever, man. I know we talked in the car afterwards, so we a lot of the things we all liked, right? And one of the things that we agreed on is that it's probably one of the best openings of any Bond movie
Oh.
ever. because the story that Madeline tells about learning how to shoot a gun in Spectre, you see that play out. That's the opening scene of this movie, is her as a kid. And it took me a couple minutes, like it started, and then when I saw the blonde girl and I heard the French accent, I was like, oh, this is that moment. So I knew, but it still was so strong. And she's like, Daddy kept a gun under the sink or whatever. You see that whole thing play out. And then it flashes forward to her and Bond, living their lives in retirement or whatever. And that goes into, Blofeld coming back to haunt Bond, even being locked up. And that it takes you right into the song and the opening, like the title sequence.
And that was a Billie Eilish song, you said?
Mm-hmm. It was Billie Eilish, and if you really listen to the words, it is so on point with what's going on in the movie. It's a great song, and
I didn't pick up on this when I watched it. First of all, it's not my favorite Bond song. I liked it better in the context of the movie, but it's still not my favorite. One thing I didn't pick up on until after the fact, I was just looking up certain things. If you listen very closely to the second verse, they put she has the James Bond theme very subtly in there, the doo-doo-doo-doo. You hear that very subtly. Yeah, and I had to play it back a couple times and listen for it, but I gotta give him props for weaving that in. And
she's very smart, like when it comes to making music. Her and her brother do it all, right? Like in their room. That's how they started.
She's like a savant.
Yeah.
What was it? Pharrell or Kanye West? They probably see music, they said.
Yeah. But please, somebody else go. That was a huge one for me. That was the opening of the movie.
Me?
By all means.
I would agree that it was one of the strongest openings of any of the movies.
It's just strange.
I loved the fact that, with so many of the movies, it's always,
right.
Bond's past comes back to haunt him. And I really love the fact that with Madeline Swan carrying over, who's one of my favorite Bond girls, I put her in the top 5. In fact, side note, my dog is actually named after her, but that's not it. Yeah, I named my dog after her. Anyhow, I love the fact that because she carried over into the next movie, they were able to develop her backstory a little bit. Now, instead of Bond or somebody in the Secret Service's past coming back to haunt them, it was her story that brings it up. I thought it was a very clever twist, the way they introduced it, and that it wasn't Bond being called back out of retirement. It was her past coming back to haunt them, and it just, I thought it was phenomenal.
The whole movie is kind of like her past coming back,
It's great.
A little bit of both, but
like I was saying, I love the Easter eggs in it. Again, I want to go back and watch, but I think they hit every single one. Like, for example, an easy one in the beginning, where they go to Vesper's grave. That was an allusion or a throwback to For Your Eyes Only, when the last girl that Bond married was Tracy. That movie opens with him standing at her gravesite, and so then this was going back. So and there are little things like that sprinkled throughout that if you're not the history with the franchise, you wouldn't pick up on. But they checked off all the boxes.
Heard that.
I'm sorry, I'm rambling out.
No.
I was saying he was
saying
agreeing
yes.
with you because he doesn't know the history.
Yeah.
I agree with you on all those notes. And you actually talked about I guess I would say my favorite part of it. And I'll just put that into this context. But when you're saying the basement reminded you of the game GoldenEye, but when they're down there, we talked about it afterwards. But in the one scene where he turns, they're behind him, and he turns and he just turns.
Excuse me.
Is that the
Was that the song?
It is. That's my ringtone.
Did you plan that?
No, I swear to God, but that's been my ringtone.
He's texted Courtney.
That's been my ringtone for years.
I know that was the James Bond thing right there.
It's actually Brother Brian calling me right now. Yeah.
But the scene where he turns in the hallway with the gun, it's just that's like an awesome homage
to
all the beginning, and that's the first time that I think I remember them even having. I know a lot of the movies will start with that. That turn scene, but this is the first one I remember where they actually incorporated it into the movie, which was really cool.
It was.
There's a couple other little things, like you're saying the Easter eggs, but one thing I thought about after the fact, but even something small, like when he's leaving the room, when he goes and sees M the first time, he has that visitor badge, and he tosses it as he's walking. He tosses it into the basket or whatever. But a lot of the older Bonds, he would toss his coat onto a coat rack or toss his hat across the room into a hat rack, but. This little shit like that.
Yeah.
It's we want you guys to know that we appreciate the fact that we were able to make this movie. We appreciate all the movies that were made before this.
You can tell the people who made it really tried to do justice
Show gratitude.
to the franchise.
Right,
like
absolutely.
you can tell they really tried. They didn't like rush it through.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know any of those, and I'm not super religious, so the term Easter egg kind of offends me, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
But I didn't notice a lot of them aside from that.
Most of them.
Motherfucker has his shirt with Jesus.
Jesus surfing.
Because he can walk on water.
Chris,
Come
most
on.
of them
How
are-
about that fucking Easter egg?
Most of them are very subtle things that you really have to.
I just when he went into that building, I was like, "Oh, that looks like the fight scene from 007," which was most everybody I know's favorite game when they were our age.
Even the opening scene where
GoldenEye
he chokes the guy
64.
with the wire is like an homage to one of the Timothy Dalton movies, where he used that was one of the.
I don't even know if Timothy Dalton was he one of the Bonds?
He did too.
He did too.
Context
And
clues.
so was the car.
Yeah, the car.
The green Aston Martin.
No, there's brown. The green one was from On Her Majesty's Secret Service. This one was like a chocolate brown car.
It was
Which
the
one is
V8 Vantage, and it's the one. The license plate is from that movie.
It's from the Timothy Dalton.
The
Living
one they
Daylights.
drove in this movie.
The one they drove in this one is from the Living Daylights.
Living Daylights, okay.
Not.
It's the same car, just different colors, right? Am I tripping?
I don't know if it's the same.
no,
car.
no, I don't think it's.
I think they're a little bit different.
Oh, okay. Excuse me.
Which it was interesting to me that they pulled that out.
Did they have a spoiler on it? Spoiler alert.
No, this one didn't.
okay.
But there was one in the background when he sees Q. An Aston Martin I had never seen before. It was like a Formula One model. I really wanted him to.
That
do
was
that.
sick.
Also, one of the Easter eggs we were talking about before the show, the car, it's the same license plate from the Living Daylights
Right.
on that car.
Yeah.
But so after the show, we were talking about the DB5, like the original James Bond car. Yeah, so James Bond's license plate was always BMT 216A. Well, in this one, they changed that. However, in Goldfinger, when he's getting the car, you see Q turn some dial and it rotates the license plate, and he's like valid all countries. So when they changed it up, I was like, oh, maybe this is one of the other ones that they showed. It wasn't, unfortunately. So I think
Could
they
be
didn't
one.
listen to
Could
me.
be one for the future.
Could have
though.
been a missed opportunity in my
Or
mind,
maybe
but
one for the future.
could be.
Hey, we're not directors hat.
Okay. But I don't know, I was looking for all those things, or like when you meet the scientist guy in that lab or whatever, he's wearing the plastic hood like Dr. No,
Yep,
and
Dr. No.
you know.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, that was it. I don't know anything about Easter eggs.
But what are your likes then?
Yeah, what about your likes? We're just talking. Those are some of the things that we
Yeah,
like.
I do.
Those
like,
are my favorite things about
I
it.
really agree with you when they brought back the lady, whoever her name is. I'm glad that there's more character development.
The
in
Bond
the-
girl?
Madeline.
Yeah, from one to another. Now it's not all focused on Bond, and it kind of ties it back to like more depth to the character of Bond, because the first 3 or 4 just felt like it was, like you said, his past. It was all backstory. Now he's kind of got a new thing in this movie where there's more to care about, so you can tie more emotionally to him. Because before what you find out in this movie, it's he didn't really have anything. Like if something happens to Bond, it just happens to Bond. He's a secret agent with nothing to really live for. So in this one, they kind of give him a reason to be alive.
Yeah.
So he had one
And you have
time
to.
with Vesper.
For the way
and
the
then he
movie
lost
went.
it all.
Right, but he already lost it.
Right.
Yeah.
So if he were to pass in this one, it's like, well, he's with Vesper now.
Yeah.
But then they kind of like, hey, you better be sad, fucker.
Yeah. Ben, did you start?
I did.
It's been a while.
No, I did. And there's plenty to like about this movie. I could literally sit here all night and dissect this. So if you want to talk with us about it, please leave us a comment. But for the sake of time, you guys just want to move on to dislikes?
Yes.
And jump into some things you want to keep the same order, you want to switch it up?
Go ahead.
So, I kind of disliked the fact that at the beginning, right, at that opening sequence, it plays out, it's made to look like Bond has been betrayed again by a woman he loves, right? And it's smart for the story, right? And watching that, I knew right away, like, Blofeld is obviously behind this somehow, like, and then they tell you, like, he says Blofeld sends his regards or whatever, so like, yeah, duh. But,
Is he FaceTiming?
that's my other brother is now FaceTiming me, yeah.
They want you to play Call of Duty?
It's a big family.
He wants to play Call of Duty. I know what he wants.
FaceTiming to play Call of Duty?
Yeah.
Get on the game right now.
He's probably wearing fucking army gear.
He's in the army. He's in the army. He's in the army. So he's called me in his fatigues. But anyway, Bond immediately is like, you can see he's like, God,
He's pissed.
Another one
Right.
got me.
Well, because he's 0 for 1. You know
Yeah.
what I mean, this is the second girl he's fallen for.
Karma,
Yes.
bro.
Falling for, yeah.
Karma.
So,
Whatever, just
like, you know, he goes back, he escapes from the attack, he gets blown to like back anyway, and then he gets back, he gets Madeline, and they get into DB5 and they go on this pretty sick car chase through Italy, right? Is there
Yeah.
Italy?
Put that back in your mouth.
And I just didn't like this. The sequence was dope, but I didn't like. You could tell. I mean, you could clearly tell like that how angry he is because he's giving it to her, right? Like I can't believe, you know, like all your secrets haven't come out. It's a whole like, and I get why he's angry, and you understand like you would understand why he would just immediately assume that her betraying him was a thing, right? But then there's a moment in the car where they're parked, and the car's getting shot to pieces. It's bulletproof, and like she gives him this look that to me the look says like, "There's no way I could have betrayed you. Right? There's no way." And then he says, "Okay," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." They get away, and then he puts her on a train. He's like, "You'll never see me again." And I was like, "What? That's how you want to leave this?"
That's
like the
literally
love.
what I wrote in here too.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Yeah.
I there's very few bad parts in this
Yeah.
movie, but
Yeah.
I
It's like-
completely agree with you there.
I disagree.
Especially because when she, and this is there'll be a spoiler in here.
We're all spoilers.
Especially when she gets on the train and
Yeah.
she grabs her stomach.
Yeah.
Immediately
Yeah.
when she does that, I was like, oh, and she's pregnant.
Yeah.
That's the very first thing that came to my mind. She take the moment in the car where it looks like he forgives her.
Yeah,
Or
he says,
right,
all right.
accepts the fact that it may not be
Yeah.
what he thinks.
Yeah.
Gets away, because right there, like what you're saying, when they're sitting in the car, and he was almost just ready to die right there, in my opinion. Like, okay, because he could have fucking spun that car around and shot him a long time ago. But he doesn't. He sits there and waits until either she goes, I did it, or she does it. When she doesn't, and like you said, it looks like he slightly forgives her, or at least is going to hear her out, and then just puts her on the train with nothing in 5 years, like nothing.
Yeah.
And she doesn't reach out either. But I mean, I get that she's pissed, but still, though, it's like, I mean, I guess it makes sense for the latter half of the movie, but damn,
I liked it. I'm glad that happened. Because I think it adds character development to Bond, which obviously is important.
I
in
get
movies.
that. I get that.
But
part.
it's like, even if he does forgive her, and then I feel like that's probably what the movie was trying to portray, with him going, all right, I forgive you. He knows in that moment he still can't trust anyone because it puts him in vulnerable situations like this. He understands that even if it wasn't her, there's no way she's going to be safe as long as she's with him. They went on their hiatus. They tried to live. And people still showed up to kill both of them. So he knows that in my opinion, I thought he took it as, if I'm with you, you have a mark on your head forever. So
it could be too that
I'll
just leave it here.
take my spawn of Satan, because they were not married.
Right.
And I know I said I wasn't religious, but sometimes I am, Let me identify
When it
my
works for
religion
you.
how
Yeah,
I want
when it
to.
works for
Adultery. It could be too right there that he accepted the fact that she isn't the reason that the grave blew up, but she does have a past that she didn't tell him about, which is affecting her currently. So that could be like the line that.
Yeah.
I actually thought her expression in the car, I interpreted it as different. When I saw her face, I thought it was, oh shit, she actually did this. I didn't interpret it as you could see that she was being
But that was
set up or
an
whatever.
admittance.
Yeah, to me it was, oh my god, she really did it. Like,
No, I'm talking about her expression.
I know.
yeah, that's what
what
I'm
he's
talking about.
That's what he's
Like,
talking
to
about.
me, the way I saw her facial expression, it was too ambiguous.
It looked like she was
like
upset
I
she
saw
got
it.
caught.
Right.
Yeah, which,
Got me.
Yeah, which again they
That's not how
threw
I
me.
saw it.
They threw me for so many loops in the first one or in the opening
That's why I
because
love this.
again, going back to like all the throwbacks, the way to know a little bit about on Her Majesty's Secret Service, it ends with Bond marrying Tracy, and the way that George Lazenby was supposed to do a second movie. Tracy was supposed to come back, and the beginning, the pre-title sequence of the second one with him was when Tracy was supposed to be killed. But unfortunately, because of the contract and whatever, they had to change the ending of that one, and she got killed off there.
I said all the
But-
time.
I have
in
no
the
idea
world.
what you're talking
I said
about.
all the time in the world, man.
Yeah, exactly. But my point with that is like when they brought her back with the opening sequence, I was like, oh shit, they're gonna kill her, and they kept like throwing all these curveballs that just sucked me in more. And so that's why, like, when they threw, with the expression in the car and everything, I really thought, holy shit, maybe she did this.
Bound by the shoe. in the face.
So I actually liked that. I thought,
It's the him putting her on the train and saying nothing else. That's my dislike. Like you just get rid of her and like you don't want to try to get to the bottom of this. Like I don't know that, but yeah, I guess that just goes to show like how two people can look at somebody's facial expression and be like, because again, I really thought her look was like, you got to believe that I didn't do this. Like that's what I interpreted from that look on her face.
So one of my dislikes was how they did Spectre in this jam. They just one scene killed everyone in the biggest organization of all time. It's like, god damn! It's a 5-movie sequence about how they built up this badass organization. They just show up and they all die.
I wanted to say that one of the things I really liked, that was a cool ass weapon.
It was cool.
That was a really fucking neat idea for a weapon, and if you can think about it in a movie, it ain't that far from being made. You know what I mean?
That is one of my biggest dislikes of the movie was the way they developed Spectre in the Daniel Craig era, because Spectre is supposed to be like this world-dominating organization with people in all the right places.
World-dominating organizations have all the people in one place.
Right.
We're the ball.
And so I said that.
Everybody come here. Right.
I said that when we left. I was like, Spectre would never have a giant party with everybody there to be killed off at the same time. And it fed into something you said in the last episode. Like, to me, the way they set up like Christoph Waltz's interpretation of Blofeld, it seemed like it was all about revenge and them killing off Spectre. I was like, that just, I didn't like that.
That was a dislike for me.
That was a major dislike.
I can agree with that.
Blofeld got locked up and they were like, hey, we're out here, baby.
Time to party with his money, bitch.
When the boss is away, we gonna play.
The real Spectre from the old movies would not have been like Spectre. Like, oh, number one's out. Okay, number two becomes number one, and we're moving on.
Our government doesn't even do that.
Like,
we
they
never put all the people in the same place at the same time.
You know, so that was
designated survivor.
The only thing is that like from Quantum, remember they met at the opera.
Right.
Like, that's like that to me was
even in my brain,
not
all representatives might have been there.
Yeah.
But
they literally killed everybody but one, and with one weapon.
Truthfully, I don't have an issue with them all being in the same room. Like if you go back to like Thunderball, you see them all sitting along, talking about their plans and everything.
I don't know how old these movies are. Was that
60s.
before cell phones?
Yeah.
It was not before telephones.
They had telephones.
But
Yeah, it was.
It was before cell phones. It was right before cell phones.
So a little bit of backstory, like for your like. Spectre agents are all given a number, so like number one is the head, and then there's number two and number three, and they all have a different thing. And
Is Goldmember is Austin Powers just a spoof on Bob?
yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Like,
We're learning, guys. We're learning.
Next week you'll be able to read.
I didn't know that.
And number two from the Austin Powers franchise,
Yeah, number two
he
from
was
Spectre.
taken directly from Thunderball with the eye patch and like his
Remember,
name number two.
remember the guy who throws the shoe?
I've never seen
Yeah.
Thunderbolts.
Oh, that's Oddjob.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a play. Oddjob throws
From
his
the
hat.
video game? Who
So-
throws his head?
Yeah.
Okay, so, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Or Dr. Evil wears the plastic hood and everything. Yeah.
I've never seen any of the movies.
Oh, they're great. But
They're worthwhile.
yeah, they're really. So my issue wasn't as much them all being in the same room. It was they're having this big party and they all get killed off. That to me was not a Spectre would not have done that.
Yeah.
Okay. No, my dislike it was perfectly.
Oh,
with
same.
yours.
Okay.
I couldn't.
Okay.
I literally just showed him. That's exactly what I said.
And you said yours, right? Yours. Is the
I
thing?
agree with the.
Oh,
and
so
then-
look
at us.
Okay.
Yeah,
Look
I
at the
mean,
fucking team.
we could talk about the ending.
Me and the missus.
You know,
Okay, fuck it.
the ending is
Save that for a director's hat unless you had something else there.
okay. No, I'll save that.
Yeah.
Let me see any other dislikes.
I wish we'd seen a little more Felix. You know, they killed off Felix Leiter fairly early, but I think that's to set up for future.
And I think that helps motivate Bond to agree to come back. I think they have to have that.
Great point.
You know what
I
I
had
mean?
a brother.
Yeah.
That's a great line.
Did you catch that?
Yeah, I had a
Right.
brother. So I get that. I get all that.
I will say, I'll go back to what I said when we were there. When he's holding his face like that, I was like, oh, they're going to kiss. And that whole inner thigh thing is going to make sense.
Yeah.
Now, the brother thing I get, but it was like,
A brother from
That would have been
Langley.
pretty balling.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
that was more like a brother from West Virginia.
I think
So
Felix
sorry.
So for those of you who saw Casino
Felix is
Royale,
really, really cool.
Felix is cool, and I do like you said. I like that they brought the same character back.
Yeah, it just
Or the
like
same actor.
I
Same
think
actor.
what they're probably setting up is that moving forward, they've got to introduce another CIA counterpart.
Yeah. Well, they do.
I think they just started.
I thought that the girl that he works with was cool as shit when she said it's only her 3rd week or she had 2 weeks of training.
Oh, Paloma. Yes.
And then they pull out of it and he's like 2 weeks of training. She goes, give or take.
She was so funny.
Yeah, she was
She
great.
was cool as shit.
Yeah.
Question for you: do you think she qualifies as a Bond girl?
Drink.
Yes.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah. Why not?
What does that mean?
Honestly, I've been thinking on it, and I would say no, because I think, quite frankly,
It can't take place another time than Christmas. That's what makes it the movie.
I stand by that assessment, and
Let's not. That's an old school reference to one of our episodes. Let's just continue with what you were going to say.
So-
because I don't need to hear this again.
I didn't bring it up.
I know. So just do your
But you
thing.
can't dispute
Jesus
the
took the
logic.
wheel.
So I guess I would say the defining trait that every single Bond girl has in common, whether it's a partner, a sacrificial lamb, a villain, whatever, the one.
Can women just be good people in your world?
It's all religious. A sacrificial lamb.
I'm just saying,
Right.
like,
The partner.
In the context of the franchise.
in the context of the
Sex
franchise.
slave.
I didn't mean it like that.
The old drinker.
But the one thing that they all had in common is they all had sex with James Bond.
Yeah.
Paloma did not. So, and to me, since that's the one trait that they all have in common, that to me is the defining feature, which again, by that logic, means that Camille is not a Bond girl,
Right.
which, quite frankly, the more I think about it, I don't think she qualifies as a Bond girl. Which is why Paloma, maybe she would have become one.
Can I ask
but
a stupid question?
There are no stupid questions.
What's a Bond girl?
Well, these are one of his girls.
Yeah,
Not a
one
girl.
of his
Not a
girls.
girl who's going to be a 00.
You mean a girlfriend?
Yeah, one
Yeah.
of his biatches.
A girlfriend.
Oh.
That's why he listed them the way he just listed them.
Okay.
Yeah.
This isn't somebody you're going
And
to see.
which girl are you asking about?
The girl.
Paloma, the girl in the dress from this one who was like,
Remember he
only
sets
there
her
for
up?
3 weeks?
Real good looking white girl with dark hair. She's
She's Hispanic.
Hispanic of some sort.
Oh,
He was in
yeah,
Cuba,
yeah,
and then she gives him the cigar,
Right.
which was funny.
that was
Yeah,
cool.
you're right.
That was
takes it
also a
from the guy.
phenomenal Easter egg, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
There's so many.
Oh, there were so
I'm
many.
excited to watch it again. Honestly.
The cigar, for those of you who don't know, it's a Delicado is the label, which is a throwback to Die Another Day. Anyhow.
So yeah, I agree. I don't think she's a Bond girl. I think they would have banged if he was.
I think they would.
If he was
I think
interested.
she, yeah. And maybe
If she's into
maybe could-
necrophilia, she might still be able to do it.
Maybe okay, so that just spoils it. So that's the ending. But again, I was thinking about maybe Camille was, supposed
I don't
to
know if
sleep
you
with
like
him,
her
but,
dislike
No,
her based off the mouth movement.
dislike.
Oh.
Gross. Yeah, gross.
I mean, prove me wrong. If you guys disagree, tell me.
No. Look,
I agree with
I
what
mean,
you're saying.
I mean, if you're going of law of averages, you're right. She can't be. She would have had to bang him, but she only knew him for about 45 minutes.
Now that I
Which
understand
was
what a
cool.
Bond
It was
girl
a
is.
badass scene.
yeah,
I think she was an
yeah,
awesome character.
I think she was really
I don't
cool.
get that makes her a Bond
Yeah.
girl.
I thought it was really cool how she carried herself with the
Yeah.
whole 2 weeks. She only had 2 weeks of training thing, and then she fucking
Like-
she holds it down just as well as he does in that fight scene.
She could be the
just-
next Felix.
Yeah.
Like if
Also-
they
No
give
doubt.
her a franchise,
No doubt.
I would watch it.
which would be her and
And the new double R.
what's her name?
Know me.
No me.
Nomi. To be
I
her and Nomi.
also dislike how they disrespected Bond so hard in this franchise. Like he retired and they didn't even do shit with his number. They were just like, he was just another guy. You can have that.
Well, she gives it back to
Well,
him.
It's all business, baby. It's all
Yeah,
business.
but
Yeah.
they said I would have thought you retired it, which means there's been better agents that have had their numbers retired, and Bond wasn't good enough to get his number
See,
retired.
I never interpreted it as them retiring numbers. In fact, like,
That's
if
what
you
they
go
said
back-
in the movie directly.
I know they did, but like, if you go back and again watch some of the old movies, you only see like there's like
Haven't seen
the
them.
way. Look, I could be way off, but the way I always interpreted it was there were 9. There was 001 to 009, and there's one. And the reason I say that is there's a scene in Thunderball where they're all in a room. Like Moneypenny says, they've called in every 00 man from Europe, and you walk in and there's 9 of them sitting at a
Couldn't be
table.
0010.
Right.
Wouldn't
That's
make
how
any
I
sense.
Right,
I knew you were gonna say
exactly.
that.
So to me, it was like, okay, when 100 dies or retires, then you.
Just
say
say
somebody
8010.
else.
I am 100.
But I don't know, I could be wrong, but
No.
So I didn't think the number would have been retired. I think that was just to
Okay,
like
alright. Oh,
to
maybe.
talk to people. Like that was one of the
I get
fan
what you're saying.
theories, and I think they were just trying.
Kind of
to
how your
get that.
Spectre is numbered, so
Yeah.
the bond agents and they give them 1 through 9. Yeah, I mean,
I could be
how,
wrong.
How
That's
many,
just-
how many could you really manage anyway?
0011 doesn't
Right.
0015 doesn't sound right.
I mean, it's hard to trust that many people with that many secrets to begin with. To do that much, you know what I mean? There's only one M.
Yeah, no, you're right. I agree. I don't think the numbers get retired. I think that was just whatever.
What about lines?
Lines,
Yeah.
I have a couple.
You go last, because you stole my idea a minute ago.
Yeah, please. That's why I said somebody else can go first.
You go first.
Me go first? Okay. So my favorite line is actually at the end of the movie. Was it the one you were going to say?
We'll see.
Okay. So at the end of the movie,
The end.
when they're the end, James Bond will return.
Right? Yeah, no shit.
So at the end of the movie, when they're all standing around having a toast, first of all, shout out to Ben. He picked up on something that I missed. There's the courses of all the M's that you can see, and it's Bernard Lee, and then the guy, I'm blanking on his name, the guy who played M after Bernard Lee, and then Judi Dench.
Yep.
So anyway, they're standing around, and M quotes a poem that says, "The proper function of man is to live, not to exist. I shall not waste my days in trying to prolong them. I shall use my time."
Here.
Which,
And he cheers to him, and he's like, all right, let's get back to work.
yeah,
That-
Which I fucking loved right afterwards.
Yes. Yes, exactly. That would be one of mine.
Sorry.
I have another one, so don't worry about it.
Is it from Safin?
Nope.
Okay. Mine is when those two meet and actually get to have a conversation with each other. Safin says to him, he says, James Bond, License to Kill, History of Violence. I could be speaking to my own reflection. Only your skills die with your body. Mine will survive long after I'm gone. That's a badass line.
Yeah.
That is a badass line. When he said it in the movie, I was like, oh, that right there.
Chills.
Yeah, that right there, that man is, he's going to be remembered.
Because what he's referring to is his weapon, which is DNA based.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty crazy.
it's wild.
It's a Holocaust bomb,
Yes.
basically. You could literally kill whoever you wanted, whatever you wanted, and you could do it slow.
I don't think that bad guy could play a good guy. Just throwing that out there. That villain.
The actor.
Yeah, I've seen him in roles where he tries to be a good guy and it just doesn't work for me.
He's not a bad singer in that.
Great
movie
actor.
that we're talking about.
Great actor, but as I watch it, I'm like,
He wasn't actually singing.
I don't like this dude's face.
Yeah.
Now, definitely not gonna like his face in that movie.
Yeah.
Whatever they did to him, did they explain that? What happens to his face when he's younger?
Oh,
I mean,
yes,
I know-
they do. They talked about it. It's when he talks about his family getting
Yeah.
killed, he gets burned. Yeah.
Okay.
They burn his
that's
family.
Right, that's
yeah,
right.
he gets
At
caught in
the
fire.
very, very beginning when they show
Yeah.
her passing. I couldn't remember it. That's why he wore the
Whoever this director is really into disfiguring the bad guys' faces.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird.
What's his name?
Carrot.
Carrie
Say it
Frank.
slow.
Carrie Frank.
Now say it 3 times fast.
Terry Joji Fuku Naga.
Got it.
Fuckunaj.
They're the original makers of Mochi.
Fuku Naga sounds like something from Die Hard. It said Naga.
Nagasaki.
That's Nakatomi.
I've seen the real building, by the way, in LA.
Whoa, there's a flex.
Yeah. Do you have a line?
No.
You don't have a line?
What? Yeah, I don't know.
All right, well, I got two then.
All right, go.
Okay.
Bitch.
One, it's just it's a comedic kind of like a throwaway. It's not a throwaway, but like it's when Bond comes back, right? And they're in a meeting, and M says Bond's 00 status has been reinstated, and the new 007 is like
That's fine.
00 what?
Oh, yeah.
Because she's the new 00. She's been 007 for 2 years at this point, and she's earned it, right? And side note, she was awesome.
She was great.
Yeah, she was cool.
She has
She was cool.
she's beautiful. She has the attitude,
Swagger.
the swag, the charisma. Like she was awesome
And
as a
like,
00.
If they gave her and Paloma
That's
a
what
show
we said.
or a movie, I would watch it.
And I think they could push this, especially with the talk of the woman, role. I think, you go from Felix and Bond to her and Paloma.
But
That would be an
like
interesting
we
concept.
talked about, they would have to. What I need to see is her use her sex appeal.
They're going to
get her.
They didn't
like
pick,
Bond did.
They didn't pick somebody ugly.
Yeah.
She's
I
very
don't
pretty.
know that.
She's very pretty.
I don't know if they're gonna do that.
They have to.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna throw this out there. Not that I'm against it, because I agree 100% that she was
You just
amazing. No.
We're not there yet.
Okay.
But they got a female Bond now, or a female 00 that they're talking about a spinoff with, and an African American spinoff. Now, one thing I promise you in today's woke culture they're not going to do while making big strides, in my opinion, in that direction, is sexualize a woman in that position.
Like we said before, that's my biggest fear with them
That's
switching
the
to a
thing.
female.
You can appreciate the woke culture, and yes, we're moving in the right direction and a lot of things, and I'm excited about it. But you have to be mindful of what they need to do, Because if they do it, and I agree they should, there will still be people on a different side of the aisle saying, there they are, just sexualizing a woman again.
But that's to me, if her using her sex appeal like Bond does.
Well, to you is what I'm saying.
But
yes, but I'm saying they're doing
power.
That's how I see it.
That's
it is empowering. It is empowering.
Like the fact that she can manipulate people.
Yeah.
But I'm saying the reason
It's
that you
perspective,
make
though.
the decisions you make now is to appease the audience that we're referencing. That audience isn't going to see it the way we see it.
No.
That audience is
They're
going
not
to
Bond
say,
fans.
you
That's true.
shouldn't
They're not
use
Bond
your
fans.
sex appeal to make ugly kids feel bad about themselves.
I hear you. But to your point, I think anybody who would be that offended by it probably isn't a fan of the franchise to begin
People
with.
that are offended by it aren't offended by anything. Doesn't stop
And
them
that's
from
why
tweeting.
you shouldn't
What-
kowtow.
what-
Those people don't watch the Dave Chappelle
Which
special.
is
They
fine.
just hate him.
Which is
Or
fine.
they stage a
And-
walkout.
And I'll
Netflix.
say this to that note. The people that would complain about a female being sexualized are the same people that are going to complain about James Bond as a male sexualizing female. They're already on that list. They're already complaining. They're going to complain no matter who it is because they think that idea of sexualizing is
But I
far
do-
fetched.
I know people who
I
won't
do
watch
think-
the old ones because of it.
I do think making a
The old ones.
female 00 and an African American 00 is also
Progressive.
stepping in the right direction and trying to appease those people.
I get that.
And they're not going to step in the direction of trying to appease them and then step out of that bucket by offending them in the same step. I'm telling
The
you.
exact thing
I don't think
said
they're gonna sexualize.
last week is that I don't. If
I hope they do. I hope
if,
they do.
If they do go that route, that's the thing that I fear the most. Is exactly what you're saying.
I hope
Is
they
that
do.
They're so worried about that woke culture and bringing in that audience that they'll. I think that they'll lose more than they gain. I don't think they're. Let's just say it's a 50-50 thing. I think they'll lose 40% of their Bond fans and only gain 20% of their woke fans. You know what I mean? They're not gaining. They're not gaining what they lose.
20% of
Right, that's
the
what I'm
fans.
saying. They're not going to gain what they lose.
Yeah,
In my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah.
All
So
the-
that I'm sorry, we got off on a tangent there based on the line that I was, but like, yeah, that double what? I
Right.
don't know
Sorry.
that
Great
and,
character. Loved it.
and the fact that she throughout the mission, like at first they're kind of like they butt heads a little bit, but the fact that she in turn goes, she's like, you can be. She gives him the thing for the mission, whatever. So that was dope. But and I just wanted to say that because you didn't have one. But my favorite line, I think, is the last line in the movie when
The end?
when Madeline is driving in the Aston Martin with her and Bond's daughter.
Spoiler.
Spoiler.
Biggest spoiler of the night.
We're there, baby.
not.
We're there.
We're in the
Yeah, we did this whole spoiler thing, remember?
We're there, right?
seen the
Yeah,
car
you saw the
spoiler.
hands, right? But she looks at her daughter and she says, "I'm gonna tell you a story about a man. His name is Bond, or his name was Bond, James Bond." And it gave me chills, man. Like that line to me was like just as good as the cheeseburger line in Endgame. Like that's where, spoiler alert, obviously, Bond makes an ultimate sacrifice in this movie.
Iron Man dies.
He gone.
Yeah,
I called it.
Which is crazy. But like,
We both did, yeah.
it just that line, it really it just got me. Like, and it didn't hit me until the toast from M, and then that line is when I had like one or two.
I cried at
Heavy breathing.
Marvel
Yeah,
movies,
I
so
cried a
Yeah.
little
I
bit.
cried a little bit this
I
week.
cried more at Endgame.
I thought you were going to
See,
reference the line when he first walks in to see him and he goes, "I can't tell if this room is getting bigger or you've gotten smaller."
That's my favorite
And then
line.
when they leave, and he's like,
Oh yeah.
I couldn't remember.
he's like, obviously you've gotten smaller or something.
Yeah.
Like that. And then he just walks out and was like,
That was a Bond flex. That was a Bond flex.
oh, you
But-
bitch.
And that was huge because of what M's involvement in this
Oh, yeah.
whole
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, yeah.
I
yeah.
can't tell if you've gotten smaller or this desk has gotten bigger.
The
He
room,
said.
right?
It was the desk.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's
He
okay,
said,
girl.
the desk is definitely the same size.
Yeah, that's
So,
right.
so-
Got another line I want to give a shout out to. Not my favorite, but it was just a great line. Bond looks at Madeline and he says, "We all have our secrets. We just didn't get to yours yet."
Yeah, that's a good line. That's a really, really good line.
Yeah.
And of course, we have all the time in the world.
Yeah, that was a huge one too. But
Shout
that
out. It's so
I
funny
did-
that you said that by accident.
I did a.
honest to
I know,
God, and
I know.
as soon as I said it, I was
I know.
like, "Whoops."
Alright, so now that we know he's dead,
Three
Yeah.
words of breezy. That was
you like they
organic.
did that?
Yes.
Oh,
So here's my
Okay.
thing. Here's,
I do.
and we talked about this a lot in the car ride.
After we cried.
After we cried, we didn't speak.
You guys hold hands?
We really didn't talk for like 5 minutes.
We kind of looked at each other, and
We
were
sat
like,
in different seats, which is not a normal thing to do.
Yeah.
Like people are based off patterns. We actually sat opposite sides, which I noticed halfway down the road. I was like, I'm on the other side of the car.
Yeah.
I walked at it out when I needed him. And I think I went
He even
through,
told me, he's like, I need a minute.
I think I went through all 5 stages of grief on that one, I'm going to be honest.
I don't love it. Obviously, I wish he could have retired, but and like lived with his wife and like obviously you'd think they'd get married and then they'd raise the family, but I think it had to happen.
Agreed.
I think it
Would
had
have
to.
been a worse movie if he didn't die.
Yeah.
I want to be happy. I want to be like, oh, he's doing good, but
That's good storytelling, man.
you
That's
gave your
good
life to it. You left her for 5 years. You don't know nothing about that kid. You're not coming in like that.
Yeah.
Dead.
He knew right away though when he said it. He said the eyes.
Yeah.
He knew right
Yeah.
immediately that it was his kid.
Yeah.
And he knew at the end when she said she does have your eyes. He's like, I know. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Would it have been funny when he
I leaned away from that. I was like,
Dude, I got allergies in the fucking
there was,
theater.
thank God there was nobody in the seat right next to me. But the person next to me, they were, I can hear him heavy breathing too. And I was like, I'm not the only person.
Oh, yeah.
It was so quiet in there.
I was grabbing my armrest like,
It was so quiet inside that theater. I was like, oh God, I'm curious.
is this about to happen?
Yeah.
And you could just his acting was so good at the end there, man. Like I don't know, I felt that scene very good, and I'm glad he died. Like I said, in the car ride home.
I didn't want to
If you leave him alive, it gives them the opportunity to figure out a way to write him back into the future, the future stories. And I don't want that to even be an option.
Plus,
Exactly.
I compared it
no,
to.
I'll take him as a cameo here and there.
I don't want him in there. I don't. He needs to be gone. He needed to be retired. I don't like how you keep using fucking Paul Walker in all the Fast and Furious. Get rid of him. You know what I mean? If he's gone, his character's gone. I don't like how they find a way to write characters back in.
I like
Daniel Craig.
Paul Walker.
Daniel Craig did his thing. He wanted to be done in the last movie. Honestly, he did this movie to close it out. Though he closed it out beautifully. I thought it actually creates context for a future movie, especially with the daughter and the wife, because she's a badass. You don't need to teach her anything. He says it in the previous movie when he's teaching her about the gun. Like she already knows. Like she's smart. She was brought up by another assassin.
Yeah.
You know, she has the ability to be the same kind of person as Bond. Obviously, Bond doesn't fall for idiots.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
I'm glad he's gone.
All right, so real quick, if this was Fast and Furious, they would bring him back in 3 movies anyway. Just throwing that out there. She's still alive.
They would pour a Corona on his grave. He would come to life.
Corona.
They probably put Paul Walker.
If it's a Corona.
They probably put Paul
I don't
Walker.
have friends.
They probably
I
put
have family.
They probably put Paul Walker in the Pet Cemetery just to see if they can bring him back. Like we'll put him on the screen. Like, they don't play that shit. You don't die in that franchise. And to your point, he actually died, and they still put him in the franchise.
Yeah.
So, but
He's been in 4 more movies and acted in one.
if he shows up, like if they decide to continue this storyline, actually, I guess that's part of the question. Would you prefer them to continue this storyline with the characters we have?
Yes.
Or would you prefer them to restart it from the beginning with a new Bond?
Nope. Continue this. I think you continue. What they've built is amazing. I think you progress with this.
I don't think, and I agree with you on that, especially because of the homage that they showed of all the previous Bonds in this one. I think they do a great job of closing out all the questions that you had before, all of the previous Bond series, books, everything. Characters, actors, themes. Like I think they did a great job of closing it out.
Yeah.
And they give you enough character development to change and show some future. I mean, I look forward to them. I honestly look forward to them using some of these characters to go forward. I think they do a great job of giving you just enough of them to like them, but not enough of them to make you want more. You know what I mean?
What do you think?
I don't want to see another James Bond. That was the last thing I was trying to say. James Bond is dead.
He's dead.
Go. Like that's what I don't want to see another
Spoiler.
Bond. His daughter, yes, but anyway, go.
James Bond.
Sure. Sure.
I agree. Even going into this, I did not want to see another James Bond movie. I didn't want to see anybody else play the character. I wanted them to retire the character and move on. I didn't like the ending. I actually thought he should have lived. I I'm in deep denial about the ending. To be honest with you, like
Okay.
I thought it needed to be.
It's pretty clear, but okay.
It's Daniel
You
Craig.
think he dove into the backyard?
Yeah, well, I think I just.
Whole island blew up, but he's good.
He's fine. He's fine.
He closed one of the doors.
Yeah, he jumped down and
And pulled the lever just in time.
That's
But
the
like,
bonus
I
shit.
think I get where you guys are coming from. That you know what, they don't want to drag him out. Quite frankly, I agree with you. I wouldn't have had any issue if he would have made like a cameo in another. Not that I would have needed to see that, but I would have been okay with it. But quite frankly, I just think he needed to have an ending. Like if they had,
he ended.
no, I mean a good ending.
But so does the
But
problem.
like
right?
if they hadn't developed the relationship with Madeline as much as they did, I probably would have been okay with them killing him off. But because they harped
That's
on
what
that
they needed
so
to do
much
it for,
in this
so
one,
that you could emotionally tie yourself to his death. They want you to be sad at the end.
You do a good
it,
job.
it didn't make me sad. It made me like, okay, how much did I really like this movie?
Told me you
now?
were crying.
Like it almost. I didn't actually.
Liar!
I didn't.
Did you ever see a tear? No, you did not.
It's dark in this theater.
Daniel Craig was vocal about not wanting to play this role anymore.
He didn't want to do
If I was
this.
the
they
director,
could've-
I'd have
they
killed his
could've-
ass off
No,
too.
no. They could have very easily, like, had him and Madeline go up to that house in Norway or Sweden or wherever it was, and they just lived their life together, and that be that. And there was a part of me, a little bit of, director's hat on at this point. What I think they
You want
were
a director's hat now since
Let's
we've
do
been
it.
asking
All
the
right.
questions?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. This is a little bit.
Messy Sarah.
It looks good.
I'm not putting it on.
That is actually
Yeah.
Sean Sal. You look like a
Yeah,
gangster.
I'm putting it on.
Like
Hang
a
on,
gangster in
I'm
that.
doing these.
Yeah. We own the night.
Yeah. With the feathers, I probably can't do it.
Or Kenny.
Anyhow, what I thought
try.
they should have done, and a little bit would have been, a lot of it would have been stealing from Dark Knight Rises, but I thought they were going to fake his death the way they made everybody else think Bruce Wayne died at the end of Dark Knight Rises, and then you find out secretly he's
She's
like,
just put it in a bubble, talking to
yeah,
her.
and so like I thought like I don't know how they would have done it because of the bombs landing on the island and everything, but there was a part of me that like when they landed I was like, okay, maybe they're faking his death. It would have achieved what you wanted, that he was gone. Everybody would have thought it, but he still would have been like, maybe he would have been in the car with her and like.
They show them in a little restaurant in
Yeah.
Italy. He's playing chess with Alfred.
Well, not even that. Like they could honestly, he could have
Him
been.
and Michael Caine. They show Michael Caine. And Christian Bale's there.
They show him on an
Like,
island.
no,
with
playing
his-
dominoes.
Like, he could have been like up. And
I know
down,
what you mean. I know what you mean,
Just,
You
to
show
me,
him-
that would have been a better ending.
You show him on an island with his wife and kid, but he's in a bubble because he's not allowed to get near him.
That's another thing.
Just him and
Quite
Pierce
frankly-
Brosnan playing checkers somewhere. And the kids in the distance.
That's another thing. Like, I texted him this later. It almost feels like the bad guy won. Like the way he like infected him with that thing. And
Which
it
is
was
one
Well,
of the
they're
reasons
all British,
one of the
so-
reasons I love the ending. Because it's not a perfect ending. It's not a storybook
yeah,
ending.
Yeah.
It's not.
I don't like when every
Which is
movie
that
ends
world.
fucking perfectly.
Yeah.
They almost all, not almost all, but a lot of times the good guy just wins. And this is not, James Bond was not really a great guy in general. Like, he does some shady shit throughout his career.
No, he was a good guy.
He was a good guy.
He did everything for Queen.
I
of
mean,
Country.
what it's for, yeah, but there was definitely other routes he could have taken along the way.
Yeah, he never saw his kid. Probably didn't pay child support.
He knew she was pregnant. He'd seen the hand movement. I knew it, and I watched the movie.
You know what would have
Raped
been a
her.
funny line?
He didn't forgive her.
If he would have, when he was on the phone, he went, "Hey, the British government covers dental," right before he died.
Damn.
Shit faced.
That's messed up, man.
That was-
Damn.
I sent my DNA results to Maury.
She's one of the hottest girls on the planet. She can take some criticism.
Yeah.
She is fine, so. Not as fine as Scarlett.
That's-
What's
Are you
her name?
done?
I mean, that was my big one.
Pass the hat.
I could talk about this movie for
Yeah.
all night.
You
but-
got no directors?
Nothing.
You're not changing
No,
anything?
you wouldn't change that.
Not a thing.
Okay. I'm in. Let's go, Chris. Here we go. This will be good. Bond should have been the villain.
I wrote nothing.
I said that before. That would have been baller as hell for me. And with him coincidentally saying, "I'm done with Bond, I don't want to do anymore," he made himself the villain. If I'm the director, I'd kill his ass too. And I honestly think if he didn't come out publicly like that, they wouldn't have killed him. But
No, they knew. He was tight with the producers and shit. That wasn't like,
if he's tight with the producers, why is he going out there saying he doesn't want to do this anymore?
because it's taxing as hell. Like, he is
So say
injured.
that
him-
shit to them personally.
He's-
You don't got to tell the world.
I guess that's just him. I don't know.
I think they age him really well in this too. I don't know if he if he looks that old in real life. you know how they age people as actors go. I think they age them well. Like the job has.
He looked like
wore him out.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
So
small things. Go ahead, sorry.
what's the thing?
What I would have done in this movie.
And his daughter kill him.
Oh, gross! Oh my god.
That was it. No. I didn't. I would have liked to have seen. Before the movie started, I said I wanted him to die, and I think it's a great time that he's dead.
Well, there's no time to die.
But I would have liked to have seen, like, remember he took one strand of hair out of an office, and that's how he got the DNA strand to match it to her. I would have liked that strand of hair to have been somebody else's.
His.
So, you know what I'm saying?
You know, that would have been
well, I was
cool.
watching like something else. So when he fucking hits it, it winds up killing somebody he cared about instead of.
Or just
so
him.
Bond still had an opportunity to be with her.
That would have been cool.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe he still died somehow.
He still does. I think he still does what he does though, because like you said, he does everything for
King
and country.
But what gets me the whole time is that you got like a good 10 minutes of knowing he'll never be able to see the woman he loves or his kid ever again, and then he dies. It's like torture and then salt in the wound.
Yeah.
If they were gonna kill him, just kill him. If they're gonna torture him that way, maybe, because that would have been a pretty compelling ending, letting him live and trying to figure out a cure if he can ever see the kid again, whatever. But they did both, and I'm like, dude,
It's like hitting him in the nuts with a
yeah.
knife.
Can I say,
was a little
dude,
harsh for me.
literally, I was just about to say, surprised he could even have a fucking kid after the torture in Casino Royale. Like, I mean, that
Hey,
thing.
some
was-
dudes are into that.
Hurdy just made it bigger. That's what I read in one of the critics.
Are you done?
Yeah, I do think that would have enhanced it a teeny bit.
Okay. So mine is minimal. The only thing I would change, I think, like really change. Obviously, I did express this.
You would get Bond a condom.
Nope.
Safe sex, kids.
Nope. At the end,
Nope.
in,
Wrong.
Yeah.
in all the Bond movies, at the end of like either right when the last scene goes off, or at the end of the credits, it always says James Bond will return. Right? They all say that.
This one said it.
This one said that
Yeah.
at the very end.
Did it really?
After the
At
credits.
the very end of the credits, it says James Bond will return. They should have had that say 007 will return.
I agree with you.
Not James Bond.
I agree with you. We talked about that afterwards. We were both
We'll get
curious.
Fast and Furious, this bitch.
But like for James Bond to return,
Jump back in the hole, pull the lever back.
I don't know how they do that. It's like there's your choice. We were reading an article on it, and your choices are either they restart the franchise as James Bond,
And I don't want that.
I want that.
or he's not really dead.
Personally, I want that.
No.
Or I guess maybe I don't buy
They
it.
clone his ass.
Well, I know there's that theory that James Bond was just a fake name and not a real person. I don't buy
That's
that.
been
at
put
all.
to bed with
saying
his
it-
movies.
Put
Yeah.
the bed.
To bed!
I don't know. I'm not saying I buy it. So
Whoever
I don't-
believes that?
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Well, there's no way to like really pay
Spoiler.
attention to the
Who's the-
franchise.
They
and
show his
actually
dad
play
in
it.
Who was the first Bond?
Like
Sean
the first
Connery.
Sean Connery.
And he died this year too. That's pretty cool. Anyone talk about that?
Yeah, he got bombed.
Not cool that he died. Damn, that came out weird.
He did.
Yeah.
I'm
I
saying
was
that
like,
the
ooh.
first Bond dies, and now the whole franchise of the Bonds is dead now, the same year.
You know,
I think
Pierce
Pierce
Brosnan
Brosnan.
is
something I was
alive,
thinking
yeah.
about.
I mean,
Dog
like, the
still alive?
franchise is dead.
Oh.
The character James Bond dies the year the first person to ever play James Bond died. That's kind of neat to me.
Okay.
Something I was thinking about that would have been interesting. I mean, it probably would have ended up looking stupid. And as I'm saying it out loud, I don't know how it would have worked. But
Uh-oh.
there was a part of me that thought, you know, like, what if in Casino Royale, I don't even know how they would have weaved it into the story, but like, what if Daniel Craig sat down to play cards and every other Bond actor was just sitting there and he was playing cards with all the guys who also
They
played the
could've
role?
did that. That would've
I don't
been
know how
awesome.
they could have worked it into the story, but
Or just pepper the actors in like to
Yeah.
weird roles
Like,
throughout.
just-
That could
and
because they were all still alive when
Casino Royale.
Casino Royale came out.
Yeah.
I don't know how they could have done it, but
They could have done it easily.
put 'em at the table.
None of those people were working.
Nobody
at the
would have
time.
said anything about
Right,
it.
they would've
just
been awesome.
appreciated the fact that they were all sitting
It would have been the.
They didn't even have to be at that table. They could have had him like a blackjack table in the background.
that's what
or
I'm.
something like
But
that.
remember, those James Bonds played Baccarat. They didn't play poker.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He was the only one who played poker.
Asians.
which was a great thing for them to do, to change it to poker. For
Have you ever played Baccarat?
No.
Yeah, it's cool. It's
But
fun
what I'm
game.
saying, but
Very rich
our
game.
day and age, people don't know that shit.
Sure.
Like, I mean, normal people, they know Texas Hold'em. They don't know that.
But that's so
And now it's
they were
right
really
to keep it
poker
time.
was really getting popular at that time. And they were capitalized.
What was it,
Genius idea.
2006?
Six.
I will say this.
Second biggest main event of all time, 2006.
The Bond has
World Series.
followed popular trends in the world. Like it started with poker, because poker was huge back then. We talked about the parkour. Parkour was big back then, and then they moved on to the woke culture.
Parkour.
Now they're doing all that fun stuff.
And just my brother and I have talked about this before. They've done it historically. Moonraker came out right after Star Wars.
Okay.
So they had a space villain. They were shooting laser guns.
Yeah.
A bunch of hacks.
Spark, because the Moonraker book has nothing to do with the movie.
And what was the other one that you said?
The other one that I mentioned, like
cigar.
the man with the golden gun. Yeah, it does look like so. In the Man with the Golden Gun, Bond goes to a karate school, and that movie was coming out right after Enter the Dragon, so they were kind of capitalizing on the martial arts.
Enter the Dragon.
That's
So
the
good.
Live and Let Die blaxploitation
Yeah,
era.
Live and Let Die,
and-
Just follow trends. Not saying it's a
But it
bad
was,
thing, but
I think
Well, I think
Roger, the way
movies
the
do
Roger
that in
Moore
general.
era did it was worse.
and then COVID came, a bunch of people died. Bond died. Like they get it.
Literally, that movie is almost about COVID, essentially. Like, hey, what if we made a disease that just killed a certain amount of people?
Yeah.
Not everyone, just people we want.
Yeah.
Just
Like
yeah,
old and fat people.
Yeah. So yeah, that was
Alright,
my thing.
ready for scores?
End
Yeah.
credits 007 War Time. That's what needed to change.
I had a whole score written
You,
down for a
you
week.
should have said that. Okay.
Somebody's gum is on that.
That's mine.
Thing? Okay. Cool. All right, boys. Scores. I'll go last.
All
I
right,
want to go last.
Nope.
All right, I'll go last.
I'll go first. 9.1.
Wow.
I had a whole score written
Wow.
down all week at 9.
8.2.
Oh man.
I literally was at 9 all week until we got into this, and I realized how much more.
And I will say,
I mean,
Casino Royale is my favorite.
Casino Royale, I think I gave it 9.3, 9.2. This was so close for me.
Yeah, that's where
This
I
was so close for me.
Yeah, I'm
It really was. The ending is just is honestly was just so perfect for me. I can't.
Wait. Oh, I don't have the other pad.
I think I gave it a
You
9.2.
talking about Casino Royale?
Yeah.
Hold on.
I'm pretty sure I gave it a 9.2, but it just I don't always like happy endings.
Yeah.
I
Those
really
are the
don't.
bars.
And I wasn't unhappy about the ending. I think that it ended.
You gave Casino Royale 8-9.
Oh, okay. So this is better than it, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had
And it could again. This could be because it's a close to the story. I just think that the ending to this was perfect.
What did I
Yep.
give Casino Royale?
You gave Casino
8-8.
Royale a 8.4.
Hey!
You gave this a what?
8.2.
Yep. You're good.
Yeah.
Adam?
I'm going to say 8.0.
Okay.
Whole number?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at
'Cause
9
here's
almost
like-
all week.
I
Bump
will
it.
watch it multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ending, I don't know that I'm ever going to be wild about the ending, but just like I was saying, I love this franchise so much. I will watch it multiple
Yeah.
times.
Do you not think it closes out this Daniel Craig series perfectly?
I think it ends it and it lands the plane. I don't know if I think it particularly lands it very well, but I mean,
even
it
with
does.
even with the shout outs and homage to all the other
And
kids.
well, this is my issue, and I don't mean for this to come off as insensitive, but like, it doesn't matter how good a flight is if you don't land a plane. It doesn't matter what the rest.
Facts.
So, to me, it's like all of that stuff was so great, and I was with them the whole ride, and I'm like, oh my god, if they stick to landing,
Game of Thrones.
this
style.
is good. Yeah,
I thought they stuck
And-
the landing though.
and to me, it's just the ending. I'm still
I get
so.
that. I can respect that.
It
That
makes
point of
me.
view.
Yeah.
If it doesn't have the ending you want, I get it.
Oh.
And it's not just movie ending; it's franchise ending.
Yeah.
But anyhow.
8.9.
Potentially.
8.9 is my score.
So you went down to like I said, I was
Is
at
this-
9 all week.
Where is this in ranking of your favorite?
I was right around
Third.
here. I was between
Second.
an 8.9 and a 9.2.
This is your second.
It
right?
wasn't, so obviously Casino Royale still my
Didn't you give
favorite.
that 9.5 or something?
9.5.
Yeah.
Yes. Skyfall's a 9.3. I
9.3.
don't think it's better than Skyfall. I still think Skyfall's better. And then it would be this, and then Spectre, because I think this is better than Spectre. So then 8.9, 8.7, and then Quantum of Solace was the least favorite of mine. For
No
this.
fault of their own.
No fault of their own.
Yeah.
And they're all great. And the way our averages plays out, we have Casino Royale averages to an 8.9. So of us, it's the best, our ratings. This is second as an 8.7. Skyfall is third as an 8.6. Spectre is fourth as a 7.8. And Quantum of Solace is last as a 6.7.
Right. And I imagine 6.7. What'd I give that? Was it that bad?
That's, no, we were all
6.7.
6.5, 6.8, 6.9. We were all...
Was a good movie.
We talked. It is a good
Yeah.
movie, but they suffered because of this shit, and that's something we talked about. And
there
it's,
were some things we went in on.
Watch
Yeah.
the review.
All right.
All right, guys. So that's it. It's locked in.
Watch the damn movie.
Watch the movie. I'm definitely going again, probably next week.
I will
But
be going to watch it.
I'm a
with
bit.
Fire Stick.
I was a little concerned you guys don't want a new Bond because you're so into it and you've seen like 14 different Bonds.
right, and I'm 32 now. I just feel like I've had it.
He's
Give
a
me
wine
something
drinker
new.
now.
Give me something new. I'm a wine drinker now. You know what's funny? Fun fact: wasn't a wine drinker until 2018 when I got married, and we did our food tasting. You know how you do a food tasting prior to the wedding?
Happy wife, happy life.
They served wine with
Yeah.
like the food pairings and stuff, and I was like, "Whoa, I've been missing out."
Yeah.
And
I feel bad for the poor grapes that get stepped on. But I do like that.
I have feelings
You know
too.
what? I am a firm believer that you can take a dish that you've been eating the same way for 20 years, and then if you pair it with the right wine, the food will taste completely.
You're not
You'll
the first
taste things in the food.
I was excited when he took. So I brought the sidebar just a second about the time we were going to drink the wine at his house. I brought cannolis,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Oh yeah, this red wine will go great with that." That's why I don't know why we didn't drink it. I don't think you had an opener or something.
I think I
there was
couldn't find
something.
it,
There was
yeah.
something with that. So now I'm mad I don't like wine or
all
haven't
good.
drank it with good things.
So I know we got to be a little long on this,
That's what she said.
but I still want to do the
We're
draft.
doing a draft.
Oh, we're
Okay.
doing the draft.
So Ultimate
think with
Blockbuster
that one.
Night. We've been talking about this for a while. We've been kind of teasing comedies. So it's here. Who is it? Sue Cannon. You requested this?
My aunt.
It's here. Comedy draft. Okay? We well, because she was like,
You better like our picks, yeah, Sue.
and Sue!
Are you doing the shots up before the draft?
No, I'm getting them out.
Prepped.
Okay.
So, but dude, when we did the Westerns, I put the picture up and she goes, well, you know, what's your best pick? She goes, none. Do comedies.
Yeah.
I said, okay, comedies are next.
I'm doing my shit.
Oh, all right.
So we drew numbers ahead of time like we always do.
I won. I came
No,
in
you did
fourth.
not. I got number one again somehow, and I drew last.
Because he fucking cheats.
I drew last. Fuck you. You drew the number.
All right, so
Or
you
you-
staying there?
I'll stand here.
Nice.
My
Yeah.
brother got number 2. You
Number
got
2.
3. John is 4. Okay. So, let me set this up.
I'm pumped about this one.
All right. So my first pick, I don't even have to think about it. Okay,
That's a good one.
is Superbad.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Nerd.
Damn!
Chris, you
I
knew.
don't even know if I wrote that
I
down.
mean, you knew. That's my all-time favorite comedy. 1,
Mine too.
2, 3.
My first one coming out of the gate with Big Lebowski.
You
Oh,
bitch.
that's on there.
Oh, you
My number
bitch.
4.
You damn right it's on there.
My number 4.
I'm gonna go The Hangover.
All right.
Oh, I get 2 in a row.
Oh shit, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
All right, Tropic Thunder.
Hold on. Slow down. Wait. Chris went.
The Hangover.
Hangover.
Yeah.
And Talladega Nights.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
3, 4, 5. John went what?
Talladega Nights.
The first one.
Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder and then Talladega. Okay.
I'm going Ace Ventura.
Oh shit.
Which one?
Can't keep up with you bastards. You're going so fast.
Pet Detective.
All right, you want a minute?
Just let me. I'm trying. I can't like. My
Sorry,
hand,
what's up, Ben?
my hand only writes so goddamn fast.
Because he's drunk.
No, Chris, you said
lying.
you said Ace Ventura, right?
Ventura.
All right, Ace
Pet Detective.
Ventura.
All right, let's make it more dramatic. And then you give us the thumbs up when we can make our pick.
No. I'm
Bumblebee Channel?
almost done.
Ready?
Bumblebee Tuna.
All right, Adam.
My next pick, I am going with Old School.
I don't know
My
this.
dog barking at me.
That's 2 of mine that you took. You son of a bitch. That's okay. I'll get it back.
Okay.
That's okay.
That's okay.
That's
That's
okay.
okay.
I don't like kidding.
That's okay.
You like it? I don't like kidding. It's okay.
Anchorman gone. Big Lebowski gone.
I don't think Anchorman is gone.
Mm-mm.
He said Talladega
Oh,
Nights.
Anchorman is not gone.
He is one, though.
I did cross out. Yeah. I'm going Wedding Crashers. Somehow.
That's the one I thought you were.
That's not
I thought that would have been somebody's
I didn't
first
even-
choice.
That's
I
not on my
didn't
list
even
either.
consider saying that because I thought that would be your
It's
go-to.
not on my list either.
Okay, so then my next.
Wedding Crashers.
So many fucking movies.
Yeah. Oh, my next is Dumb and Dumber.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good
That was
one.
a banger.
Good one. All right.
I think my number 7.
My next one again. It's on like every list I do, but I gotta throw it in there. Is Blazing Saddles.
That was on there.
Oh, I have that one.
It had to be.
Oh, I have that.
It had to be.
That's a fucking classic.
It is. It's everything I want in a comedy.
I know he watches this, and he was like, I don't know who that guy is that you have on your show all the time, but he is very wise.
Oh, talking about Adam?
Yeah.
Nice,
Who
nice.
said this?
My buddy Heath.
Ah.
He loves Blazing Saddles.
Ledger, actually,
Yeah.
Ledger.
Yeah.
Ledger. Oh,
Yeah.
like
I call
from
him-
a grave. He's
Yeah, I call him Heather. Well, he used to work for us, but
hey.
he's my
Appreciate
buddy.
I
appreciate
gotta
you, bud.
go with the other guys.
Oh, it wasn't even on my list, but that's a great
Yeah.
one.
That's a bad list. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, man.
Give me Bridesmaids.
Okay.
That's for Jen.
John doesn't want to
That's for Jen. That's
Oh,
on.
you know what? That's a good point. Girls are gonna love that movie.
That's on my list too, John.
It's hilarious.
Yeah,
it is funny.
hilarious.
I had that on my list too.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think that was going to
Damn
go.
it.
I didn't think that was
All
going
right,
to
give
go
me
third
Friday.
round.
Oh,
That was my next pick. Damn.
My last one nobody's gonna pick, so I gotta worry about it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Five will go west.
Come on, y'all love that movie. Everyone loves that movie.
such a good
really.
movie. But I think An American Tail, like the original, is
Yeah.
better than Five of Goes West.
I'm
But both still
going.
fantastic.
Pineapple Express.
Ooh,
That wasn't even on my list.
Stoner
Not-
movie.
not mine
I like
either.
that guy.
Damn it! I didn't think it'd be on either of yours, but I didn't want to risk it.
All right.
That's
All right. My next movie is one that you guys have probably never heard of, but it was the one that I was talking about earlier that we grew up watching. It's called Used Cars. It's got Kurt Russell from 1980.
I've seen that.
You see it? You
Yeah,
have seen it?
yeah.
Oh my god! We grew up watching
Running
it, but
that
I
down
haven't seen it
so
in
I
a
can
few
watch it.
years. Just watched it this week. Still holds up.
It's hilarious. He sent me a
it's-
snap.
Okay.
It's,
funny.
it's fantastic. So basically, the premise of the movie, John, is
Pen
like
doesn't hold up.
Kurt Russell is a used car salesman who wants to buy his seat in the state senate, and so he's got to sell a bunch of cars to make enough money to buy his seat. It's
Okay.
just,
Okay.
it's fantastic.
I'll give it a shot.
So
Okay.
I got 27,000 movies on that Fire Stick, so I'll give it a shot.
for anybody who has it, it's on Pluto TV at the moment for free. You got to watch it with commercials, but
Bang.
it's on a.
Dude,
it's
I
fantastic.
feel like I've got I've got three, like two new schools. I've got a. Man, this is tough. I got 2 slots left, and I don't know what I'm
She
gonna
said,
This will get a good.
Ew. Then tell me, look how many I.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, I wrote-
You're like 100 fucking feet.
Yeah, because you don't understand how difficult this
No,
was.
I don't even know which one of these ones I mean, I have an idea. I have.
No, I
see,
just-
I'm gonna.
Nobody.
My
Really,
problem
I teed that up perfectly. You know?
No, I laughed at a line that I heard in my head that made me pick my next one, which is Step Brothers.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's my number 2.
I got a-
Love Step
I got
That's
a-
my number 2, honestly.
I got a belly full of white dog crap in
Didn't
me.
I just say that to you the other day?
Yeah. I just thought of
You
it.
gonna hit me with this
And
shit?
you're gonna hit me with this shit?
That's it. I'm gonna put my nuts on your drum set.
Yeah. Oh God.
You're not doing it. You better not do it.
I mean, how many times have you said, "Fucking Catalina wine mixer"?
What's your,
or anything.
What's your favorite non-pornographic magazine to masturbate to?
1, 2, 3.
Good Housekeeping. Did we just become best friends?
Yep.
Want to go to karate in the garage?
Man. Yep. Okay, Adam.
Can we
Oh wait,
go-
I get one
Yeah,
more.
you
We
get
go
one more,
back
big
there.
guy.
Ooh.
So-
Okay.
so cool.
You get one more, big
Oh,
guy.
I get
fucked
one
up when I
more.
picked mine.
Fuck, this is tough, dude. Because there's
I wish
like,
we could pick 8.
Yeah, I
do
could
like
pick
to
10.
I could still pick 8.
I could pick 10.
You want to do 7?
You want to do 7? Could you make the graphic for 7?
7.
You
I
want to do
could probably
7?
do 6. 3 and 3 would be easy to do.
Do 6.
All right.
All right, we're gonna do 6. This is
Six.
crazy.
Little game changer, baby.
Oh my God,
This is unheard of.
Woo!
Audible.
All right. Then
He's got 150.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll give some honorable mentions at the end because
No
there's
doubt,
too
'cause
many.
There's definitely a ton
that I
of people
can't
aren't going to
pick.
be able to pick.
There's
There's one that's very
right now?
there's one that's very relevant to
Whose pick
our
is this right now?
movie
It's
review.
mine.
Yeah,
It's
in a
mine.
second.
I'm gonna go dodgeball.
Yeah,
That was my next
it's a
pick.
bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays
Damn.
off.
Yeah, okay. Dodgeball.
All right. All right. All right.
I thought he already picked.
My next one.
His name's some British movie we never heard of.
I'm going to actually. My next one is going to be Formula 51, sometimes known as the 51st state, depending on
God,
which.
it's so funny.
Can we just vote on who we don't think's gonna win?
That's look again. You know what? I don't expect to win. I'm picking what I think should win.
Yeah, I've been doing that for years, and that doesn't win around
Years.
this
Doesn't
motherfucker.
matter.
John was episode
Doesn't
in
matter.
3 months.
Dude,
You
have
know
you
what?
guys
Doesn't-
seen this? Formula
No.
51. It's Samuel L.
Watch
Jackson
it.
and Robert Carlyle. It is fucking
It is
hilarious.
like piss yourself laughing.
That's what we
funny.
do this for, so we can tell people what's
seriously,
worth
like,
watching.
For anybody who watching, if you like my opinion, you would like this movie. If you don't like my opinion, you probably wouldn't. But
Yeah, it's so funny.
it is so. And because again, with comedies, I'm thinking like, what are some of the most quotable? And this is one that I quote all the time. Oh, so good.
I'm going for Getting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah.
God damn it! I forgot about that
Because
movie.
you don't like movies, man.
Oh.
You said Step Brothers, right?
Now, that's one of my more quotable movies.
Yep. Booshy, booshy, booshy.
Hey, you say
I
Marshall.
know the snoop.
Oh, I know that guy.
Yeah.
He was my waiter in a restaurant, and I totally dismissed him like everyone else does in his life.
I get 2 more, right?
Yeah.
These are your last 2.
Give me 40-year-old version.
Okay.
I don't know this.
That was on mine, yeah.
Nobody's picked Anchorman, huh?
No.
Apparently not.
Hey, that's a good one, man. Do it.
Give me Happy Gilmore.
Whoa.
Oh, golf. What an idiot. What kind of idiot picks a golf movie? I'm going to go Caddyshack.
Yes. That was on.
Timely.
Well, we got to throw one in there for the whole hit.
We added 6.
I
just
literally
so
didn't pick
so
a
we can all
cartoon.
throw an old school
Yeah.
classic at the end.
Dude,
Yeah.
well, I'll wait till we get through this.
Yeah.
I have some really old ones.
I was torn between that and that for a guaranteed vote.
How does that count?
That was
No, I would not count that. He has Back to the Future written down. That shit does
I
not
don't.
count. No!
That is not a fucking comedy.
I didn't
no
choose
way.
it.
No,
I
I
didn't
did science
choose it.
fiction before
I
that.
would have got a little worse vote, though.
That's a good fucking movie.
It is.
It is a great one, yeah.
All right, my last one.
Yeah. I can't believe you took the Big Lebowski. You son of a bitch.
This
Dude, you
is
got-
in my
no,
top 5.
How is it not? I mean, I'm with you on that, but I think we'll get voted.
No, all right. In my top 5. Both of them.
So is this.
You know what? All right.
That's Ben's.
Hilarious.
It's got to be Ben's.
What?
I mean, I don't. It's nothing. Nothing.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, my last one.
Today.
Lock, stock, two smoke
No.
barrels.
I thought that would be it.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Okay, that's a classic.
That's a
That
classic.
is a classic.
God damn.
Jen's
This
probably gonna be pissed I didn't pick this.
a lot of pressure here, guys. I don't know what I want to do. Okay.
It's one of my favorite movies.
You
What?
said you think you have the one I'm going to pick
Yes.
locked in?
Yes. It's 3 words.
That ain't it.
Wow. You're in.
It's not Coming to America.
Nope. Nope.
Really?
So that's one of your favorite movies.
No, that's my wife's favorite movie.
Well, you're
Which
winning.
means it's one of
Son,
yours.
did you guys actually
motherfucker.
read it? Did you actually read it? She's a lucky woman.
No, I didn't.
Looking at my wife, she's a lucky woman.
I can't wait till she watches this and punches
She
you in the
saw it.
throat.
She saw
Oh.
it. It's from her mother.
Wow.
Her mother bought this shirt.
I
for
thought it
me.
said I'm a lucky woman.
No,
I
it
didn't
said
take the time to read
she's
it.
a
All I heard
lucky
was you. All I saw
woman.
was you wearing the shirt.
I knew
with
you
the white
guys.
one.
I knew you guys didn't read
Wow.
it.
Quick and fast to wine in the
I'm
white.
glad you clarified that because
Yeah.
that's a lot
Better?
different.
Yes.
No.
Not better.
Not better.
I'm not saying that. It's different than my own original perception.
You're choosing the vernacular for me. No, that's not what I would pick.
Oh man, oh man. You said 3.
Should've
Oh, you
picked
already
it.
said it.
I should have picked that.
No,
I love that movie.
you love your wife.
I do. I also love that particular scene in that movie. Show me your badge.
This is Julia's
Let me
favorite.
see it again. That's a funny movie, though.
Fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah.
We could literally do
Yeah,
anything.
that's a
fucking
funny ass movie.
Yeah,
so many funny
comedies
movies
are
out there.
tough, man. I just don't know what to say. Oh, you
There's
said
no Chevy Chase in this, which is
There
hilarious.
is.
I
That was my
think
last
Caddyshack.
pick. Do you know
Oh,
what?
did
Well, yeah,
Caddyshack.
just say
Yeah,
Caddyshack.
Caddyshack.
But I just decided my last pick is Fletch.
Oh,
Never heard of it.
okay.
Damn.
Yeah,
Okay, that's gonna be a reach.
But
it is a reach,
It's gonna be
but
a
it is. There, dude,
All right, between John and I, let's see who wins.
there is a scene in that. There's a scene in that movie. It was between Fletch, the birdcage, or
Yeah.
Birdcage was great.
Birdcage was on my list, man.
or the. I had Austin Powers written down. I was gonna do the first one because
International Man of Mystery.
the first
So
one was
so fucking
so
funny.
funny.
damn
Goldfinger
funny.
was pretty funny, I thought. But I was also
Goldfinger.
young.
Remember.
It might not hold up.
Goldfinger's the
They
actual
do.
James Bond.
Come on, come on.
They do, but it just
So much gold.
there, dude. So many times that I've said a line from any one of those movies.
$1 million. It's
$1
so
million.
close. You ever walk into an apartment complex and smell what everybody's cooking? That plus crack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say it after
Who
this.
throws a shoe?
I'll tell you a funny
Yeah, dude.
something from Jen and I.
If you've never seen Fletch, I mean, I'm telling you, it's hysterical. There's a scene where he's a private eye and he has all these disguises and shit.
Did Chevy Chase?
Yes, and he goes into this hospital. And
Don't wait a minute. Don't be trying to add to your movie so people.
I'm trying to
take
tell
it
him.
all
I'll tell Chris.
You know what?
I'll tell
Don't look. I know what
No.
you're doing over
No,
here,
no, no,
motherfucker.
no.
Trying to juice your movie.
I had some Chevy. Like I had
All
three.
right, so give
I had
us
three
three
amigos.
amigos.
I had three
Give
amigos.
us each an honorable mention
Yeah.
that you really wish was on your list. Quick.
Honorable mention would be Austin Powers International Man.
Okay, you?
Yeah.
I don't know, too many.
I go with
The Birdcage. I'll give the Birdcage honorable mention.
I really wanted to put Horrible Bosses or Deadpool.
Oh, Horrible
Deadpool's so good.
Bosses.
Horrible Boss is good. Beverly Hills Cop.
Great.
movie.
Would you
Yeah.
guys? I considered Rush Hour. Would you consider Rush Hour
That is
comedy
my,
or
that
action?
is my
comedy.
one that Jen is going to be pissed. I don't
Dang,
think.
I should've picked
the
the
scene
Rob-
I just talked about. The show me your badge, show me it again scene.
Yeah.
When they're looking at
And
Robin
two-
saying
and two,
shit.
yeah.
What are you looking at? Oh, nothing. Just
Snoopy.
over to see.
Yeah. And what's the second one is also with Jeremy Piven, right? With like crux.
And what do we
Yeah.
say?
Yeah. Got a bunch of really dangerous men chasing us as much as well as
Shout out to Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yes.
Shout out to Mrs. Doubtfire.
Shout out to The Interview from my wife. She loved that
Good movie.
You're missing an arm. It's merely a flesh wound.
Yeah. I'm King of the Britons.
Man, oh man, this is gonna be tough.
Comedy.
You guys have a tough vote ahead. Because this is
Yeah, who's gonna win? Me or John?
or Ben.
That's
Are
fine.
you kidding me? Are you kidding me
You
right
do
now?
have Superbad.
And Wedding
Oh
Crashers.
no, we got Wedding Crashers too.
I got the Catonian vote,
Oh
son.
no!
Are you kidding?
But this half of our viewership.
No!
Yeah. One of you guys should have picked that in defense.
Yeah,
Like,
facts. That's facts. I
Yeah.
thought someone else would have.
I can't believe you took Big Lebowski over Wedding Crashers.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Wedding Crashers, I love. I can quote both of those Vince Vaughn monologues to you. Still know them to this day.
Oh, I don't know.
But
Wait a minute.
I don't clean mine.
You sweating?
No, my shirts are old, man.
No, I'm the desert. I'm the
I've worn this
desert.
on the show like 34 times.
careful, man. There's a beverage here.
Did you show the tequila?
Yeah. Shout out to Tequila. We've also done.
Shout out to Tequila.
We've also done a couple
Sue,
shows.
try this tequila.
Yeah, Tequila.
Oh,
Yep. Yep.
Also, I would love to meet you one day. I know you live in Florida, but I'm coming with John next time he goes.
And next week.
Coralejo. When you come up here, she's supposed to come up here for Christmas and stay with us.
Oh, cool.
So
I'll
Coralejo,
bow
I'll
me
have
too.
this here when you get here, Sue. This is a very good tequila.
I swear by it.
And next week we'll be recapping the results of the Ultimate Blockbuster.
What if we
Night.
watch?
We are going to watch The Last Duel,
Oh yeah.
the new Ridley Scott.
I
joint.
think I'm gonna hate it.
Can I also say Dune is coming out for?
That's the
for
following.
free?
That's the following.
The 22nd comes out.
Yeah.
Damn, Ben just picking all the movies we watch.
Yep.
You do want to see Dune. I do
You
wanna see
100%.
Dune. It's coming out for free. And
Coming out,
I'm gonna
man.
watch that shit in theaters.
I'm going to theater. Yeah, it's going to be HBO Max. 100% going to see
You
it.
have to. It's too big. It's too big of a movie.
Too big. One of my favorite directors right now. Same guy did Sicario.
Let's take a shot to it being too big.
Too big. Hey, cheers. Let's go. Hey.
Real talk from real movies, yeah, we'll listen. Real life from real hype, you feel different. Underrated, appreciated, or barely made it. You let us know at Law Bay, yeah, you really hate it. And Christmas like in the past, you got it going better. And like Jesse didn't show up, and we gon' let her. It's real talk, no theoretical, though it ain't invisible, man. It's so dependable, damn. You can't see him if it's dark or bright. Ask Chris with his Miller Lite. Or Blockbuster is so good, right? Candyman or Tony Dodd or Holy God. I mean the devil all the time, we're released alive. Apocalypto, go against the grain like your boy Adam, who drink Jack like Jungle Land and Nick Mullins. Educators, tell us what you know about him. Is it bad or good like Peanut Butter Falcon? Special guests like Danny D and Dave Arnold. Let us look to the future, Event Horizon. In real life, the movie will never stop. Till it does, we drop, and there's no getting up. Until then, subscribe and they let you know the tops. Only way to know for sure is to watch. So shut up and drink your pops, your soda and corn pops, and listen to the real life movie talk. Movie talk. I'm isolated like the lady in black, and I seek revenge for these movies that whack.